Welcome everyone to EGL Apex Gold Tier. Starting tonight, we are finally at this point. We've been waiting for this point. Of course, my name is EsProxy, and joining me tonight is going to be CamCeej. How you doing, Cam?
How's it, guys? How you guys doing? Hi, Es. Super excited to watch some Apex tonight. Yeah, the lobby looks stacked, so I'm ready.
It's going to be good. So obviously we're starting with the gold tier. This is EGL Apex, brought to you by Evesports, of course, powered by EveTech, HP, and Omen. And you have to believe that tonight is going to be absolutely cracked with all the action, and all the teams have been ready and waiting. You know, we've been going through some trials. You know, the trials that starts with an E. I won't mention it on stream, but it's been tough. It's been rough to get to this point, but we're catching up, we're getting into the swing of things, and tonight is going to be a cracker. We've got Group C versus A, starting us off with a couple 3 games. Then we've got Group F versus B. We'll go through, the groups in a little bit more detail. Also, for the viewers watching right now, we do have a Steam gift card up for grabs, so you better keep watching. You better keep your eyes out for that. We'll be starting it probably around game 2 or so, but we'll give all that detail on stream. So please make sure you stay in chat, get ready for it. It's going to be good. All right, Cam. Admin out of the way. Let's start talking about some Apex. So
okay,
Group
cool.
C versus Group A is going to be our first groups. In Group A, let me just give you an overview and then we can talk through it a little bit. Group A, we've obviously got Nibble Esports. We've got Project Rise. We've got Ibis Heroes, Victrix Gaming, Point One Esports, Too Legit to Quit, MBSA No Aim, HDF Gaming, and Vibin Esports. So let's first break down that group. In that group, I mean, I feel like I know, but who do you think stands out for you?
Yeah, definitely the Nibble Esports squad. Obviously, we know them, Tensi, Chambi, and I'm not mistaken, Gut is the third. They are absolutely insane at the moment, so I'm really excited to see what they can do tonight. Some teams I don't know particularly well in that stack, but definitely keen to see how they perform, and if they've made it this far, they must know what they're doing, so I'm really, really excited.
I also did have my letters backwards. You know, I don't have my glasses on. It's actually Group C. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's a Group C and F. So you know, I didn't put my glasses on tonight, so it's fine.
No, it's fine.
Let's go through Group C. We've at least got Group A done last time for later. I'm not gonna have to ask you again.
Yeah, that's fine.
Group C, to highlight a few, we've got DNMK in that group. We've got Apex Scrubbed as well, who came through about second in the previous qualifiers. But I mean, DNMK, I mean, the whole of Group C, really, we don't really have any info on this tier just yet. This is going to be the first time playing tonight, so we're really only going to kind of figure out where they're going to stack against each other from this evening. And going through the rest of the teams, you know, you would think, okay, well, from the previous qualifier, if they came first and second in terms of seeds, they'll probably be, you know, first and second currently. That's actually not the case when we move to Group F. So with Group F, we've got the KOA, we've got MBM. Weirdly enough, in the previous qualifiers, the KOA, they came out on top with 50 kills and 89 points. They're currently sitting second in the group in terms of current scores, with MBM, who came second, sitting on top with 64 points. So the performance from the previous qualifier to now, it's a little shaky. What do you think is some of the reasons we could be looking at that? Like, if you were a player playing this tournament right now, you're going weeks through qualifiers. What do you think is shaking you up there?
I mean, in general, I think it's quite tough, right? Because, like you said, going through weeks and weeks of qualifiers, these guys are playing Apex a lot, obviously. And I don't know how easy it is to stay consistent. For me personally, I know I'm not consistent at all. So for these guys to be on their top form, like week after week, game after game, it's extremely tough. And again, it's not a one-man team, you know, there's 3 people in a team, so they really need to be able to work together. Again, a lot of these teams do play every night together, so they do know each other quite well. There's a lot of synergy, there's chemistry between them. But on top of that, sometimes you just don't have a good day. So you can easily see teams kind of fall in and out, especially since every kill equals a point. You need to be getting those kills, and if your fragger is just not performing that evening, doesn't matter how good your IGLing is or your rotations. If you're not getting the kills, you're not getting those extra points. So yeah, but like you said, DNMK obviously looking super stacked. I think they're a big favorite in this lobby that we're going to watch. KOA with the likes of Radioactive, EXO, and Lone. I played with them. I know them. They are insanely good at the game. So I'm very excited to see what they can do. And then you mentioned NBN as well. So excited to see. But again, we don't know. Maybe one of the other teams all of a sudden pulls something crazy out the bag. And they're just on top form tonight and they do something crazy.
That's the thing with Apex, right? I mean, it's a battle royale. It's bread and butter to talk about RNG. And sometimes the luck just doesn't go your way. Maybe you drop, maybe you don't actually get the weapons that you want to work with, maybe your rotation or your normal drop spot is actually going to be taken, and you have to adjust. That's what the adjustments have to come through, especially with the likes of Group C being thrown into the mix, who we don't really have much info with regards to this tier. We obviously can talk about the previous tier. So, I mean, with regards to the previous tier, you know, DNMK came out on top. I mean, they had 86 kills.
Wow.
That's a little bit over the top. Okay.
Yeah. Tiny bit.
The only people that really topped that was when we were talking about Nibble and we were talking about ATK. Now, Nibble and ATK, obviously big names as well in the Apex scene. DNMK, also a big name in the Apex scene. The rosters themselves have obviously shifted a little bit. But, I mean, from what you've seen of the DNMK roster, I mean, it's Bradley, it's Cheetah Boy, it's Viaz. I mean, these are names in Apex Legends locally that we know, we love, and I've many a times had to scream their names in those clutch moments myself. So what is your thoughts on DNMK going into this one?
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Viaz is John Wick, right? I mean, we've seen him do 1v3s in end zone, like the craziest. I mean, I get goosebumps thinking about it now, watching you Nintendo cast games like that. And he was in a 1v3 situation. He just goes absolutely crazy with the wingman, takes all three of them out. And that kind of stuff you can expect from them again. Tyler, also a really good player. And Brad, again, top three. They are easily in the top 10 Apex players in the country right now. So they are really going to, I think, show us what a good time in Apex looks like. We've seen it time and time again, and I'm excited to see their performance tonight. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And we've got some of the teams still loading in, so we can actually take a look at some of the rosters and how they're looking. Interestingly enough, we also have the She unit, made up of what you would imagine, all-female team coming through here. In the yellow room is Fortune and Sammy Q, who are warmed up because they were literally playing Apex last night for a different tournament. So they've got all the aim training that they needed to have. And I'm curious to see, you know, a few of these other teams that have also just come out of the woodworks, whether, you know, there's teams joining because they want to kind of feel and see how they're going to fit into the competitive scene. You know, how would they do against the likes of, you know, your DNMKs, your ATKs, your Nibbles, or maybe it's a team that's about to jump into the competitive scene. I think this is a very good opportunity for, you know, players in general to get involved, to kind of, you know, get a little bit of fisticuffs against the good guys and see how you guys end up. So any tips that you're thinking that they need to be worried about tonight? Any sort of advice you would give for these teams? Because we are on World's Edge at the end of the day.
Okay, I was actually about to bring that topic up, the whole map topic. I was going to ask, what is the map looking like? So we're playing on World's Edge. I mean, again, a lot of these teams know their drop spots, right? Like, you know, the confident teams are going to be dropping in that fragment east, fragment west. Like you mentioned earlier, the RNG is a huge aspect of this game as well. So you want to be landing somewhere where there's enough loot for you to spread out between your teammates, and you guys can really get set up for your rotations and get into that final zone. Yeah, with the teams, I mean, I think you would normally say land as far away as you can and don't get into any gunfights early on, obviously. I don't know, sometimes people like to do a bit of aggro a bit early on just to feel it out, because obviously the first game jitters, always there, undoubtedly. You're nervous, it's a big tournament, you want to do well. So I think everyone normally backs off quite a lot. You feel out the lobby, you see who's playing well, who's not playing well, and then you can kind of take it from there, get your confidence rolling, get the form going, and see what happens from there. But yeah, is what I wanted to ask quickly. So obviously these teams are playing now. There's been a few changes in the Legends since we've moved over to Seasons. What is the current meta right now for Apex Legends? Is there something that we see quite often? Are there like 3 Legends that we know are going to be picked undoubtedly, or do teams mix and match it up quite often now?
Look, I mean, with regards to meta changes, we do sometimes see a few teams trying a few things out. I mean, we had that happen, you know, when the Rev Octane meta came. There was a few people who jumped on the bandwagon, and there were a few teams who decided, no, I'm going to stick to good old Gibby. I'm going to stick to Bloodhound. I'm going to stick to whatever it is. And for some of the more casual teams is also what we have to consider here before we move into, you know, where we've got our top 40 teams. We've got, you know, the final teams that are going to be taking us through. There might still be more casual teams in this mix that might not be sticking to the normal meta. You know, they might not be working with the usual picks, like maybe Gibraltar, maybe Bloodhound, maybe some more movement characters like Octanes, etc., etc. Obviously, you know, Maggie coming in as well. So I think if you're going to talk about meta, we're going to be surprised. If we're going to try and predict meta, we're going to be surprised, because a lot of the teams, they're going to stick to what's comfortable for them. They're going to stick to the characters that they love. I mean, some would prefer to stick with the Seer meta. Some would prefer to stick with Fuse because, hey, if you do well on Fuse, you do well on Fuse, right? So
Yeah.
the main thing I think that teams should be looking for is a meta or a composition that's going to make them comfortable. Maybe something with a good, bit of utility, maybe for information like Bloodhound, or, the shield with Gibby, maybe something with a little bit more movement like the Valkyries, the Octanes coming through, and Horizon with the verticality has also been a huge pick recently. I mean, it really makes a difference. World's Edge, relatively balanced, I'd say, in terms of the angles that you're going to be fighting with, but sometimes it is good to just have that verticality to surprise your enemies in those 1v1s. So for me, I'm not gonna sit on anything. I'm just avoiding your question, really.
That's perfect. That's fine.
I'm gonna be curious to see what we're actually gonna be witnessing, because I think there might be a lot of mix coming through. And for you, any heroes you specifically want to see tonight?
To be honest, I'm so glad that that was your answer to the question, because that's why. No, I am, because that's why I love Apex Legends, because you can pick up any legend you want, and you can kind of mix and match like any legends together and see what works. Just like the Rev Octane, it was always there, kind of came out of nowhere. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what legends these guys are playing.
It does seem like we are going to be going into games, so we'll have an idea shortly of what the legends are, what the picks are going to be coming through. I think, honestly, I am expecting the classics. I am expecting it to be in here once or twice. I am expecting a Bloodhound to be mixed in. Probably an Octane for the players that are a little bit more comfortable just with general movement and just focusing on aim. It's fun. It's fun because you're not quite yet at that threshold where, the teams are throwing their best foot forward right now. As you mentioned, they're still feeling out the competition. They're still getting an idea of, okay, who are we playing against? How do they play? How are we going to match that? They don't want to throw out all the strategies out of the box just yet. They want to keep some of that a little bit secret to surprise the teams later on, especially when we go to, our finals, our final moments. They want to pull out all the stops. So I think for a lot of the teams, I mean, except for maybe, some of the other teams that we've been talking about, like your DNMKs, like your Nibbles and ATKs later on, they might just be confident and say, hey, you know what, we're just going to go in. We're just going to go for every single team we can find. So, I mean, with the picks coming through, I'm seeing a lot of Valkyries. I'm seeing a lot of Bloodhounds, Octanes. We've got Wraiths in the mix as well, Gibbies as well. So it's... Oh, I see a Revenant and an Ashe combo.
I see an Ashe. Yeah, I see an Ashe combo. I like it. I kind of like it.
I love it.
I'm excited. There's a Crypto there as well. Shout out Crypto. He's not too bad.
Caustic.
And a Watson. There was a Watson there as well. And a Caustic. Oh no.
So that's what I was saying. I don't think we can properly solidify a meta for this group specifically, because so much is unknown. But we are going to be going into our first game of the evening. Of course, this is going to be absolutely insane. It's Group C versus Group F in the gold tier for EGL 1 Apex. And this is how we're going to be starting it off. So a nice little flight path going us right towards Dome. And now the question comes through from drop spots. Now a lot of teams have to see, okay, where we want to go. Where can we go? Where is there an opening we can actually work with? Cam, spots for you on the World's Edge, first time drops, what are you looking for?
I mean, like you said, just teams contesting each other. We see DNMK heading towards Countdown on the left-hand side there. Team did also take Skyhook. It seems pretty evenly spread out, in my opinion. There are two teams at the top right all together right now. I don't know if they're going to opt into fighting each other this early on. I hope not. But I guess we'll see what they do. Like I said, maybe a team just decides to aggress right at the beginning. Maybe that's what they want to do. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, we do have Gibby's Loves and RTO Gaming there towards the top by Climatizer. Quite close, like you mentioned. They might be doing a little bit of contention early on. Yeah, I don't know. The problem is, like, you're going to be setting yourself up there literally on the opposite ends of the Lava Fisher here. They're going to get kitted up, then rotations have to come through. It does look like Enjoy is already just opting to go straight to Survey Camp, but if that is the case, they might be running into another team already. So this is the problem. First game, you're still figuring out, you're still getting an idea of where everyone's going. And the zone actually pulling towards Skyhook and Fragments. A little bit of Harvester there involved. Oh, and already, like we were talking about, Gibby's Love, they're gonna be finding opponents. They're looking for some shots here.
Yeah, and this ZA420 is the team that picked up the Caustic. Again, like we said, Valkyrie and Bloodhound pretty meta picks right now, but the Caustic, I don't know. I haven't seen him use that much, but maybe he'll Burning will be able to prove us wrong tonight. I'm excited to see what he can do with that Caustic. They seem to be making their way slowly towards Lava Fisher. There are some teams quite far out. Lava City, Dome, and Crash Site that are going to obviously have to make their rotations in. But again, still lots of time, still time to loot up. And yeah, again, feel out, check where the gunfights are coming from. But I think the nerves are definitely still high for these teams.
Yeah, we do have actually MTG Apex and Percy's actually busy in a little bit of an altercation right now. They're towards the bottom there by launch site, just across there by tree, and they're not having a fun time. They're just not having a fun time. As I'm talking about it, Yenya is going to be going down, and now all of a sudden we're talking about a 2v3 situation here. This is the opportunity for a team to push on in and get the confirmation. Lunatic is going to be going down. We're down to only Unit 7, Axe, and Axe, yes, 8. Maybe yeah, I'm so sorry. First team going to be out for the counts, and here for MTG, right? They just got confirmations. They're feeling good. They've got their first team out of the counts, and now they just need to hold off. They've already solidified that beautiful base structure. They got some kill points, and now they can just chill. Just focus on rotations. It's all good.
No, I think you can't really ask for a better start than that. Some nice 3 points, and now just get to loot up in peace. The only problem I think there is for them is that they are going to be rotating into that KAO team, which is at the thermal station. So they just need to obviously be wary of that. But again, yeah, great start to the match for them. Yeah, we'll see a lot of, I don't know in terms of gun meta, what people are running the most right now. I see a lot of PKs. Obviously, the R301 is a huge pick. The flatline, if I'm not mistaken, is in the crafter. So that is something that is not technically out. I mean, they will probably, you'll find some players going to craft it. Yeah, the Rampage is obviously a big pick as well. People do love the Rampage.
Oh, it's insane though, let's be honest.
It's disgusting.
You put the flatline in the crafter and no one crafts it.
Yeah, no, true. I would only use the flatline if I found it on somebody else. I would never take my time to go and craft it. It's so weird. I think, and then that's everyone's mentality. So there's like no flatlines in the mix, which is interesting.
It's literally Apex, like Respawn wanted to get rid of the flatline meta, and they were like, "Cool, put it in the crafter, make it available to everyone." Now no one wants it.
Yeah, literally, I love it.
Now no one wants to touch it. But I mean, we do have a beacon scan actually coming through. I'm loving this to see. This was something that, you know, we often do have a little bit of trouble with some of the newer teams. They forget to actually focus on things like this. But as I say that, you know, I'm gonna shush. I do see a DNMK busy chasing some teams. Busy absolutely just hunting down teams, looking for those kills. Cam's take us into this one.
Yeah, so he's basically, they're engaging with KAO, and KAO has come from Thermal Station and already taken Viaz out. Cheetah Boy is going to get his portal going now and try and get them out of this. They need to get Viaz out. Viaz is running the Gibby, Brad on the Bloodhound, and Cheetah on the Wraith. Pretty normal meta. Oh my gosh, and they've confirmed the kill there. Exo thirst Viaz. He's definitely not going to be happy with that one. Tyler just going to keep running, as well as Brad. They're just going to have to get out of dodge right now because, again, top 16, this is no points for them. You know, they can't afford to be getting no points this early on. Team favorite. Hopefully they can shield up and then hopefully reaggress this fight if they choose to do so. They got pretty good loot, a Wingman PK, and I think Brad had an R301 PK, if I'm not mistaken. So they definitely looted up, got some nice shields. Obviously, Viaz just getting caught out there because there was 2 different teams fighting.
The problem is now all KOA need to do is just camp the banner, right? They don't have to move. If they camp the banner, that's Mr. John Wick out for the first map. That's DNMK down to 2 players. So they don't need to do anything. They just need to wait here for a little while. You know, just wait till that respawn time's out. And unfortunately, that fire's gone and done. And that looks exactly to be what they're doing. So yeah, this might be going to a stalemate. You can see DNMK, they've just pulled back. Unfortunately, I don't think they've actually managed to recover the banner. If I just take a look. Yeah, not the banner. That timer is coming through. So unfortunately for them, that's going to be Viaz out for the count. And look, it's a good play coming through from KOA. Definitely someone you want to take off the board, and I would do it every time if I actually ever managed to kill him, which would never be the case. But it's
you and
okay.
me both. You and me
I
both.
could never. I literally could never.
Yeah,
we do see Evesports actually coming on in through, getting very close to Fragment, who's currently got 3 teams sitting and waiting, of course, in zone. And that zone, again, still pulling towards Lava Fisher and Countdown. So a lot of teams still have to make that rotation. They might not know that information, but of course, we have the map. So we get more info.
Yeah, we know what's happening. We got the God's view on the map right now. It seems like KOA, again, very good map awareness here. They're checking behind them. Just you always have to assume there's going to be a team rotating further out than you know. Like you can take a rotation on the outside of the zone. A lot of the time, there's someone doing an even bigger rotation on the outside of you. So I think they do snuff something out on the side here. And there is actually a team that's going to be coming through there pretty shortly. So there probably will be an engagement. He gets a scan on 2 of them, and they're actually going to get into a fight now.
Yeah, no, they want to aggress this. Look, they've already got 1 kill, but that's not enough. You need a pad. You need a pad the scoreliner now. And if you've got a wingman like extra,
oh, he's gone.
then you're just gonna be taking a team. Why not? Why not?
Why not? Yeah, just give us those 3 kill points real quick. Shame. I feel bad for them. Actually, yeah, I think they got kind of caught out there. They didn't expect another team to be in front of them, and yeah, KOA just absolutely cleaning up there. No questions asked. They wanted their kills, and they got them.
Yeah, we were talking about saying Esports earlier, moving into fragments, and we were worried that they were going to be running into a few other teams. That's exactly the case here. I mean, thankfully with the Watson, you got that shield regen coming through, and I like the Watson play coming through here. I think it's it's a little bit of a scary pick, but without Sona coming through, I think they might be biding their time just a little bit here. They're being hunted. They're being hunted, and it's just not a good thing. They still have to move into zone. They've pinned between 2 teams. Right now, am I seeing this right, Cam?
Yeah, I think so. I'm super confused because I was like, why aren't they just running? And then they're like, oh no, we're in a sandwich right now. There's a team on the train station and there's a team on the other side of the bridge that are just absolutely holding them down. It looks like there's a team on the tracks as well. So they are literally, I think this Watson pick was actually just like a marker. Like, hey guys, we here, check my fences. And now everyone is like literally aiming at them. So I hope that they can try and make a rotation some way. I'm not sure. They're just kind of picking off some damage here. Leveling up the shields, I guess. But yeah, I don't know how they get out of this one, to be honest with you.
I don't know either. And then in the meantime, there's so many teams busy taking altercations. I mean, KOA is also taking one up here. Paragon trying to get into the fight here, trying to get some confirmations of their own at the moment. But Zerix has to be careful. As soon as you jump up there, there's a Thermite very, very happily waiting to take some of that shield. And all of the ultis now being dropped, just trying to make some space here, trying to get some confirmations, maybe some damage, but everyone is holed up right now and trying to bide their time. And again, all that this is doing is wasting time because the rotations still need to happen. And if they take a path now, whew, you just want to look at that minimap and see the path that they need to take. They're going to be going through every single possible team at this point. So unfortunately for any team still stuck in fragments, it's not going to be a fun time. Tuning our attention to NBM, we were talking about them, right? In Group F, they're currently leading. They're currently above the KOA in terms of just the points that they've managed to accumulate up until this point. So I'm expecting big things from them. You know, nice streams and Neo players we've seen many times before. We know what they can do. It's just about how far are they going to take it here.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I mean, again, their meta pick, they're going with the Gibby, Valkyrie, and Wraith. Again, very popular picks, but really good, I think, because I mean, that Valkyrie is like key in terms of rotations with the ultimate ability, and that passive that just allows you to see other players in the area is actually used so much more than you would think. At the beginning I was like, oh wow, that's a dumb passive, why would they add that? And now you see teams like literally launching on purpose just to go and like have a quick see if there's anyone in the general vicinity that they can maybe land on, or maybe just stay away from in general if they don't want to go for the fight. RTO Gaming trying to make a move here on their rotation, finally out of Fragment. They're choosing to go right instead of left. There was quite a few teams that went down the Harvester way, but they are all meeting the likes of KOA right now. KOA is actually in a fight now at staging with the NBN squad, if I'm not mistaken. And this team is going to be rotating out of frag.
Yeah, no, exactly that. KOA busy taking a little bit of a fight here. Looking to take out NBN right on top of the bridge, wasting a little bit of time, but again, this would be huge for them. They've already solidified basically a team and a bit, a team and a John Wick worth of points. So anything else that they can get here is literally just setting them up so well. And I mean, they've already got enough points, but now they need to catch up to NBN. So it's literally the first versus the second in Group F right now. The showdown happening on the bridge line here, and surely, you know, they should be running away. Surely they should be letting this go, but it's not going to be the case. EXO taking quite a bit of damage as well, and unfortunately, we'll have to see and wait what's going to happen there. GNMK, oh, it hurts to not have buyers. It hurts to not have
At least
buyers.
they're still up. At least they're still up. You know, they really are doing their best. They're just playing really patiently now. They don't want to over-aggress onto anything. knowing that they're in a 2v3 situation. They're just going to have to play that more third-party style. Yeah, and I just wanted to mention that Radioactive did actually craft the flatline, so big to him. He went out his way to craft his flatline. Obviously, really loves that gun, and yeah, they are going to be making their way in. What's crazy is 13 squads left. I mean, it's still quite a bit, but we've seen quite a bit of action on the way into the zone. I know it is getting quite a bit smaller, and again, landslide also looking like a big choke point right now. MSMK going to be taking some shots onto a team holding the platform. I don't know, I've never liked that platform. I feel like I always die on top of it. You're quite in the open, there's no real cover for you.
I hate it.
And this guy's got a charge rifle. Race face taking some big damage onto this Gibby.
I don't know. For the platform.
Oh, he uses his bubble, thank goodness. He was crouching there like, you can't see me, but his back was sticking out, unfortunately. Yeah, and they're going to opt to take the Valkyrie ult and get out of dodge. Probably a good idea.
Everything we were talking about, that utility with the Gibby shield, the Valkyrie play coming through, the beautiful combination just for them to get out of that. And it's actually She unit that we were talking about. So, I mean, they had practice last night. We were looking to make a splash here, and that passive coming through. So they have a good idea that everyone right now is sitting at countdown, waiting for some sort of a peek here, maybe some sort of information. Cheetah Boy and Bradley actually rotating around, but Bradley's busy taking a little bit of damage here from DNMK, so they have to be careful. They're peeking and prodding, you know, with some of the rotations coming through, not having anything just yet, but I can understand that they want to get some points up while all these rotations are happening. You know, just kind of set themselves up for that final zone where they might have to go a little bit more quiet because they are on that, you know, number disadvantage. So I'm liking how they're playing this. We still got, you know, the KOA rotating on in. We've got a few teams just trying to fight the KOA. Actually, NBN trying to shoot the KOA out of the sky. Hey, man, that's rude.
What's interesting now is... Yeah, no, what's interesting now is how the KOA guys are actually rotating also towards that back section of Lava Fisher. So they also want to hold that edge of the zone where the small side closes. And obviously, that's where the DNMK squad is right now. So... Again, all three of the powerhouses in this lobby really just after each other, kind of leaving everyone else like, no, we want the big boys right now. So, yeah, I don't know that's how they know that, but they just know. Like, I think in lobby, you just feel like, oh, that team that's flying, yeah, that's the one we want. We know it's them.
I'm looking for those skins, man.
I'm looking for those skins.
Where are they at?
Exactly.
And I mean, looking at it, Ascent Esports also making a rotation right next door. Oh, okay. There's 3 teams busy rotating on in. And they're literally right next to each other. And as I was talking about 3 teams rotating in, Ascend is actually going to be finding another team taking a bit of a fight there towards the bottom of the bridge line. It's MSMK coming in, trying to be, you know, a little bit of a surprise. But Nice Dreams is here saying, no, I've got a 3-on-1. I've got the beams, and I'm going to say you can sit down for now. Trying to get those confirmations coming through, trying to get the kills. Still 13 squads left. The Massive coming in, and we're going to get the knocks. We got the shield crack going through, and that's going to be it. No, done, dusted. Wow. I'm sorry. Goodbye.
Wow. Bye. See you later. Yeah. What do you say? I mean, those R301 shots are just out of this world, and then, yeah, just finishing it off with the Massive is like the cherry on top of the cake right there. What a play from them. NBN doing a really good job to close that team out. Again, still 12 squads left. Definitely zone getting smaller. Shias got a good position in the middle of the zone. Hopefully they can hold down that area in the middle. And that Ascent Esports is also rotating on. Lone has actually knocked Enjoy, and it seems like another team does go down in Lava Fisher.
From Gibby, Lone's been knocking the players there from Gibby Love. Only one player still left alive. And they're busy getting surrounded, and if that's not bad enough, now DNMK says we want a piece of the action. We want to get involved, doing a little bit of damage. Bradley's currently knocked. EXO is just trying to beam, currently the kill leader in the lobby, and you can see why, because they're not afraid. We were talking about it. Maybe there's a team that's got a little bit of the experience, and they're going to be happy and confident to push into other teams and get those confirmations, and that's KOA right now. They are so composed. They are so confident that they are happy to jump into any sort of fight right now just to pick up those points and really stack them on the leaderboard. So we'll see how that ends up doing. The She unit coming through, also just peeking a little bit, prodding at those shields. And we still got 11 squads left with basically a countdown zone finish.
Yeah, wow, and I mean, like, there's a lot of inside space, there's a lot of outside space, a lot of verticality as well. So C unit, I'm really hoping they can hold it off here because it looks like KOA is trying to take this position from them. Again, it's cool having a really awesome position at the beginning of the round, but eventually all the teams look at it and they're like, hey, I want that spot as well for my end zone. And that's when you start getting aggressed on by these other teams. Radioactive here, just checking inside, seeing what they are doing while they fight a team outside. C unit just has to kind of chill inside there and just wait, really. They don't want to aggress out just yet because obviously third party, and it just gets way too hectic. Rather wait and see if other teams get picked off, you know, because again, that points play is huge. Bradley is still alive, it looks like, so doing work there. I don't know, I think Tyler is also there. The name tags are just covering each other, my bad. So both of them are still alive, which is great, sitting here. They got a pretty decent spot. They just obviously are going to have an issue going up the stairs. They'll probably have to go underneath and play the bottom, which isn't always the worst thing, you know. Sometimes you get the jump on the players that drop down from above you. So let's see how they play this. It looks like they're trying to stay out the way of KOA, obviously. And yeah, another 3 teams up top. So MBN also getting in the mix now, gonna take some position on that top section.
Yeah, everyone's just poking and prodding at each other because, I mean, look at the zone, look at the space that you have to work with. KOA and the She unit, they were the first teams to actually really take some sort of a position here to take some of the leftover cover that actually still exists, and that they're holding it down. They're bunkering down and they're just waiting for those rotations to come in. DNMK now and the likes of 2 other teams still have to make the rotations in. RTO Gaming, they, you know, they, unfortunately for Zen Esports, also still needs to get into the zone, get into a little bit of safety. So for KOA, oh, you know, if Watson was here, I'm just saying they could have hunkered down and just stayed here all day, every day. But we have to turn our attention to those 7 squads remaining. And the space is slowly but surely not... it's just not here. I can't. The beams. I know. I can't.
It's incredible. It honestly is. And they're taking this fight to the Gibby. They knock him out. And I think that's C unit out of the game, unfortunately. EXO, I mean, 3-time, no 3-time, hip fire. It doesn't really matter to him, really. He's just doing absolute work right now in this lobby. Still kill leader, if I'm not mistaken. DNMK still alive on the outskirts here. Send as well. You mentioned the Watson play. They do have the Watson. Wait, no ways. Oh my goodness. They've decided to redeploy? What? I hope they all drop together because this is about to get crazy. They've decided to drop on KOA's spot. Holder is 1 HP right now. He needs to hit this bat. All of them are flesh. Oh, Seth goes down, unfortunately. I'm not sure to who, but someone is shooting him. Clutch is going to manage to get off this med kit. I don't know if he's going to be able to go for the revive, though. And Calder's going to get tickled by that zone at the back there. Managed to get out. He is out. He is out. Oh, and Calder goes down.
You said it. Look at Seth's HP. Flash again. Knocked again. It's only that you left alive. Literally caught between a rock and a hard place. You've got the zone behind you. You've got KOA in front of you trying to beam your teammates. It's not a good time. It's no. Oh, never mind. Is that someone from behind now? What's going on?
No, Clutch got the res on Sethi. They've actually managed to res him now. Luckily, they have a redeploy right here if they did want to use it for Calder. I don't know if it's going to work, but maybe the other team gets distracted for 5 or 6 seconds. Yeah, it could.
It could be the bait play. I like it. 4 teams left, Cam. How is this one going to end up?
I mean, NBN has taken KOA's spot, if I'm not mistaken. So KOA is actually out right now. NBN has a full 3 stack going into this technically almost final fight, with another team fighting the DNMK guys below. What's crazy is that Clutch, Calder, and Ascend are actually still in this. They are in a tiny corner hiding and trying to heal up, but they are actually still in this. But yeah, it looks like NBN is in the best position right now. Got all the room to work with. They really are just getting some heals, getting some ammo, and getting ready for this final push.
Well, it's going to be a tough one indeed. RTO Gaming desperately trying to take out DNMK, and here's the DNMK boys themselves. Cheetah Boy and Bradley saying no thank you. We're going to get that final, that final confirmation on Ascend. So they're going to be out for the count. Bradley needs to shield up, busy with that as we speak, while the chaos around him is just going down. They've got so many shields ready for the shield swap, ready for this final fight, and that zone is slowly but surely going to be crimping up on everyone, forcing them to engage into this final fight. And now, it's the calm before the storm. Who is going to be finding each other first? Who's going to be the first 2 teams to engage and leave themselves wide open for that third party?
I mean, DNMK playing the lower ground right now. NBN slowly watching on the bottom side because they know DNMK is coming from there. DNMK taking some shots. RTO, if I'm not mistaken, they're still on the bridge, but they're slowly going to be pushing in as well. All these teams converge in just a couple seconds. Some beams come out from Nice Dreams. RTO Gaming just chilling on the corner of this building. DNMK lower ground. All three teams have a good spot, but I mean, at the end of the day, the zone is going to be pushing you in. DNMK have to try and get onto the ledge. Big portal coming here from Tyler. Does he know where to go? He's kind of waiting it out. Again, smart play. He knows what to do in these kind of situations. He puts the phase on. Is he going to kidnap one of them? No, it's just to get back up there. Brad actually manages to get a knock on Blake. He's going to hit. Brad's going to try drop down and get the shield off right now. Again, look at this portal. Perfect play right now. One of them drops onto him. Kidnap does get to take him out. And it's him versus NBN.
It's the final two teams, NBN versus DNMK, but no, it's not going to be the case. We've got RTO Gaming coming through for the steal. You know, I'm just listening to you, man. I'm listening. But what do you think about it?
Where was RTO? They were around the corner there. They played it perfectly.
They were literally on the top, waiting, just waiting. That was brilliant. I thought that portal was going to be the play. You know, just at least something towards the end when the zone comes through, it can keep them alive going through that Wraith portal. I thought that was going to be the play. RTO Gaming coming in the nick of time with the chaos with NVM and DNMK and just stealing it for the likes of everyone. We can say well done. Absolutely well done. That's the reason that they're at the top of Group F. But again, I mean, the KOA, they were picking up kills left, right, and center.
Yeah, they really were. They really were. I mean, again, like you said, that port, I thought it was a really good play from Tyler. They had easy access to the top there, so they could easily get in and out, swap the shields. But yeah, RTO played that perfectly. Stayed on the side there. I mean, we saw them briefly. All three of them were actually alive. And the NBN squad decided to shoot down towards the DNMK squad. And I think they just came in. Massives and R301s are like, hey guys, if we can break this up right now, that'll be great. They kind of took each other out 1-2, and then RTO came in for the finish. Crazy play. Jazz, Evolve, and Limitless, absolutely incredible Apex players. So GG's to them on that win. But again, big points for KOA, and I don't know. We'll have to obviously check the kill points, but I think all three of the top teams there did very, very well.
Oh yeah, no, I mean even with DNFK dropping Via so early on, they were still poking and prodding. You know, they were still picking up a few kills here and there. They were still trying to sort of get some sort of point foundation going. And I like it. I mean, ultimately, if we take an overview of what we've just seen in the first game, right? This is the first view that we're going to be seeing of Group C in the gold tier of EGL 1. So this is kind of setting the standard for the rest. And I mean, as I mentioned with the previous qualifier, DNMK obviously came out on top with 86 kills, 139 points. But Apex Scrubs was second with 20 kills and 54 points. And I don't know about you, but I was seeing more of, you know, the Ascend Esports coming through, maybe the Gibby Love there towards the end. I wasn't really seeing Apex Scrubs. So all of a sudden, again, that qualifier to the gold tier now, complete change up.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I think the experience aspect was huge as well. Like you said, like first game jitters and experience in general. The experience where you can play that low ground and still be able to think, hey, I need to put a port up top so that we can get up. The armor swaps, the NBN locked down that area. Also, She Unit, they did a really good job staying alive for, I think it was top 7 if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, it was like really chaotic, but they did a really good job to stay alive inside that area, locking down their position. Apex Scrubs, I did not see them. They performed really well in the qualifiers. Let's hope that this was just first game jitters. We didn't see them potentially getting into one of those scuffles early on, and just, you know, sometimes, like you said, the RNG is not there. You got a P20, he's got a Mastiff. It's just not going to end well, you know.
What are we gonna do?
Yeah, we can't do much. So yeah, that could have been what happened. But again, that's what's great about the way these lobbies are set out. Like, you have a lot of games to get your points on the board, and there's a lot of phases to it. So yeah, I'm excited to see the next match.
So meta, do we have any clue of what the final meta is going to be? Because we saw the Gibbies, we saw the Valkyries really coming in clutch there towards the end. I mean, so many Valkyrie redeploys, gave so much information to the teams. The Gibby shields in combination with the Valkyries were absolutely just stunning to watch. I don't know. What are we thinking? Are we thinking a Gibby Valkyrie meta? Is that the average? I mean, we also saw a bunch of Bloodhounds and only one or two, you know, weird players, like, or not weird players, but irregular counts.
Yeah.
Like we saw Watson, we saw Caustic. We obviously saw a lot of the Watson play coming through from Ascend. kind of really helping them out there towards the end, but unfortunately getting caught between a rock and a hard place. Watson's not going to help you there.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are we thinking?
I mean, again, that Valkyrie ult, I don't know. The way I'm seeing them use it, because I think that's how they're doing it, is like they are just able to redeploy last second. Obviously, you do take damage with it, and teams do sometimes shoot players out the sky. But it just gives them that time as well, so they can be like, oh, let me check what's happening. They go up, they can see kind of a general understanding of the layout and who's where and what's happening. They can then obviously pick their spot where they want to land. That's given them 10 to 15 seconds where they can just breathe, you know, and be like, this is our game plan. This is what we need to do. It's like a mini timeout in between like a game, you know. It's like, guys, this is what we have to do. We have to land here and get ready, bubble, all of this stuff. Whereas like the port, you don't get that time to kind of just breathe and then be able to get ready for the final fight. And again, gives away the positions. So Valkyrie definitely number one for me. Gibby obviously coming in with that bubble, which is obviously always huge. I don't know if we saw the ulti come out. I mean, it's always really chaotic, so you don't know if stuff's actually falling or if it's grenades or
what's happening. Yeah, I think
people, and it's incredible. It really is.
I think we saw it once or twice, especially there towards Fracture, you know, trying to sort of fish people out of positions, trying to maybe get a few knocks, maybe do some damage. But it wasn't as prevalent, I think, especially in that later zone. I mean, there was so much chaos just from everyone shooting at each other that I don't really think it mattered what ultis everyone was using, because the zone did enough for us. And that final finish, finishing towards countdown it's so awkward. It's so awkward. Like the space that you have to work with, you have to climb up to the incline to just try and find a team. Everyone can be bunkered down in little nooks and crannies, and then all of a sudden, like we saw, DNMK gets dropped on by two different teams. It's awkward. It's awkward. So I mean, that zone I think made big changes for a lot of the teams, especially the teams that were a little bit slow with the rotations. There were still a few times where I caught many of the teams stuck in the zone, taking a ton of damage, and then literally falling into a fight as they get out of zone with another team.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't know how Ascend got in and that far, because their rotation was so late from Fragment. They still got in. And then when they did get in, but again, like you said, they did get punished in the end for it because they did have the worst spot. They couldn't set themselves up properly with that Watson util that Sethi wanted to do. I'm sure they wanted to get set up, put up their fences, be like, this is our area. If you want to come and fight us, you can, but we are going to attack you. They didn't really get to do that. It was more like, ow, my bum is burning. The zone is hitting me right now.
There's bullets.
Yeah, there's zone. There's
someone
grenades.
else looking at me funny.
There's a mobile respawn. It's like chaotic, absolutely chaotic. But again, they did manage to get in there. But I think that's one of the biggest things, right? Is the rotation and just being able to listen to your IGL on the team. If he says, we need to go now. You can't keep poking at the teams or, we got a knock, let's push on to that. Because again, it's like, that's free KP, but is it really? Because at the end of the day, you've wasted that 30-40 seconds where now the zone is right behind you and you need to be able to get into the zone in time.
That's the question that they have to make. And I mean, even if you take Ascend as a beautiful example, it literally, they were so unlucky. Towards the end, they drop on none other than KO8. The one teammate that, they actually do manage to get up is not Gibby. It's not the Gibby that can drop a shield and give, some sort of breathing room to reset. No, unfortunately, it's the Watson, which, hey, at least I got a teammate with me, but there goes my third. And now what? I have literally the tiniest of boxes to reset, to re-prep, to get my shields back up, and bam, there comes the finishes coming through. So really unlucky for them as well. And there was a few teams that I think, they made the early rotations and then they just got absolutely rushed by all of the teams flocking on into the zone. Sheen, as an example. They made such a beautiful early rotation. They got themselves into safety. They hunkered down. And then literally every single team looked at it because that's the only spot that they could go and sit. So it's a little bit of luck at the end of the day. But I think going into this one, everyone's got a good feel of each other. Everyone's kind of got, maybe a plan going forward into the next map. How we're going to adjust things, maybe how we're going to change the drop starts to maybe the rotations. So I'm curious to see how much is going to change. For you, is there anything in particular that stood out that you'd be either a team or a player that you'd be like, you need to change that going forward?
I mean, I don't know. they obviously can do drop sites. Drop sites are obviously a big deal. Like again, if a team died off the drop early, they're going to be like, well, listen, I need to obviously drop somewhere else because this team is going to be contesting me here. I don't want to be fighting them. As well as just the meta picks again, like the caustic pick on the one team. 420, if I'm not mistaken, ZA 420. They did pick the caustic. Do they want to go with that again? Do they want to change up the way they're picking their legends? Because maybe this isn't the best idea. Maybe caustic isn't great because we need to push late game, and that means more focus on rotation, and we actually want to play KP now. So let's change up the way we're running our agents and stuff. That could also be the play. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess we'll see how they go forward with that.
Yeah, I'm always curious to see. Obviously, that zone, that flight path that we had going in, it went straight north to south. You know, I mean, in terms of your options, it was fairly even. Anyone could have gone wherever they wanted. It just came down to, was there a team already there or not? I know we had quite a bit of contention there at Climatizer. We had quite a bit of contention at Fragment. I think Fragment is just always contested for some reason. I don't know. It gives me PTSD. But hey, if you like going Fragment, you like going Fragment. But I'm gonna be curious. I'm gonna wait and see how it's gonna change, and if the teams are gonna make massive changes, or if they're just gonna go back and fight for their spot again. I mean, also the fact that we had DNMK and KOA go head to head so early on. It's I want to see them in the final battle, man.
Yeah. So can you guys just chill, please? Like we can all 17 of you wait for final zone, and then we just scream like the whole 5 minutes at the end of the game because it's crazy. Loot up, leave each other alone, and then we'll see you at the final zone. No one shoots each other. I wonder if that would be insane. Imagine that it could happen. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
I mean, you pointed it out. It's like all of the big teams were hunting each other.
Yeah, literally.
They were literally just looking for each other the whole way through.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But we got the picks coming through already. An absolute load of Valkyries and Gibbies. We got some Pathfinders jumping in. We got some Octanes. We got a Fuse.
Interesting. We do see an Ash again. Didn't see the Ash being used. Horizon, that's the other one. Yeah. It looks like Purses are picking up the Horizon. Horizon can be pretty good. There's another crypto there. Again, these legends we didn't see much because they weren't necessarily in the later zone, but maybe we'll see them this time with their ults come into play a bit more. But we're jumping into map 2, match 2. Same map, World's Edge. We love it. Let's see where the teams are going to be dropping, heading towards Giza right now.
Yeah, that flight path this time around, we're gonna go the opposite. We went down vertically, now we're gonna go horizontally, heading up there towards Giza, as you mentioned. Maybe we might see a few teams going towards Big Mord. Maybe that Lava City. Might be seeing a little bit of Lava Siphon coming through here. I do love Lava Siphon myself, so I'd be curious. I was talking about Fragments, and I've got so many teams going towards Fragments. Why?
Why are you doing this?
Why do you hate us? But hey, look, if it's working for them, it's working for them. I'm a little bit nervous because we've had so many teams really congest that spot. And if we look at it now, a lot of the teams really pushing towards that northern side. Once again, Climatizer seems to be, and the Epicenter seems to be the spot. Seems to be the spot that everyone's taking. Even Overlook is congested right now. I mean, there's so few teams that aren't congested at the moment, that don't have another team right next to them.
Yeah, so, I mean... Yeah, it's crazy. KOA at the bottom at Thermal Station, they've managed to get a drop site by themselves, and another team on Tree. So one team that did go Tree previously that obviously got knocked out decided to go somewhere else, I think. They decided that's not the play anymore. I think they might have gone up north, and those teams are actually fighting up north right now at the Climatizer, like you said. Another team towards Big Molder and Lava City, just chilling, getting to loot up there nicely, and the She unit in the dome right now.
It does seem like our observer died.
Our observer did die. He was in a situation, unfortunately. Luckily, we can still see kind of
we can guide you guys. It's okay. You can't see nothing, but we can guide you. Okay, so it's gonna be the weirdest play-by-play you've ever seen in your life. But basically, what's happening right now is EGL Apex is about to be eliminated. Right? They've got 2 players still left alive. Make that 1. Never mind. I don't get the 2. Triple M is the last remaining player of EGL Apex, and it's not a good time. Never mind. It's gone.
Yep, they are done, unfortunately. Yeah, so obviously the observer isn't here, so no play-by-play, but we can still talk about just the drop spots in general. DNMK has managed to secure the whole of Lava Fisher and Countdown, where the previous final zone was. So they are obviously got a lot of loot to them now. There's two teams in Overlook that will probably start fighting each other a bit. But like you said, this northern area is just getting contested so heavily right now. And yeah,
It's rough. It's
it's rough.
honestly, you think after the first game, okay, teams might have jumped back a little bit, but it's not the case. I do see DNMK, they pretty much got the whole of Countdown to themselves this time around. And KOA is there towards Thermal Station, like we mentioned, so they're nicely split apart. That zone right now is covering majority of Tree, Harvester, Lava Fisher, including Thermal Stations, Staging Landslide, and just a little bit of Fragment West. So, for many of the teams, I'll tell you guys now, which you might not be able to see, or maybe you will. I think our observer might be back shortly. There's only really 3 teams in the zone right now. The rest still have to make that rotation in. And for many of them, like the G unit, they're coming through from the dome. They might be running straight into who's this now? MZMK? MSMK, sorry, I can't spell today. And Pure Paragon, who are busy taking a little bit of an altercation themselves. So it's going to be awkward rotations, because I think the only opening that anyone can take is landslide and staging. And literally, as I say, that Pure Paragon starts the fight. So many of the teams, unfortunately, it's just not going to be a good time.
Yeah, I mean, and again, that rotation between Fragment East and West is there's lava that has opened the ground. There's also a tiny little entryway vista. So the choke points are extremely small, and for it looks like the 14 teams that aren't on the south side are going to all have to go through that area. So hopefully some of them make a big rotation and try and maybe go through Lava Siphon, or like you said, Landslide. But speaking about the circle, I'm excited to see. I love a thermal station finished, and I love a tree finish that's in that open area, like in between lava on that bridge. You know where the respawn is? I love that ending. There's a team on Harvester, there's a team at Tree, there's a team on Siphon. It's just absolute chaos, and yeah, I do definitely enjoy an end zone there. So we'll have to see how the zone pulls. I mean, we've watched a lot of these before. I don't particularly know how they close, but I feel like it should be around that area. I'd hope so anyway. But it looks like teams are getting into a scuffle towards Giza as well now. Again, these teams, I thought they fought each other out and they're like, cool, we know where you land, we know what you do, let's not fight, let's be friends. But it doesn't look that way. They really are just going for the kill points at the beginning of the lobby. Maybe trying to just get some dominance in.
It's SA420 and Epic Scrubs, and some of the teams that we were talking about that we didn't really get an opportunity to see. I'm pretty sure Epic Scrubs knows that there's a team just around here at Geyser, and I mean right at the top of Geyser, we've got Ascent Esports coming through to the party. They're seeing a redeploy currently happening. That's actually going to be SA420 getting out of the picture and going straight into the likes of, I believe, Paragon. So, not a good choice, but again, they don't know it. There's actually Persis there that's sitting and waiting. We've got 14 squads currently left alive. Unfortunately, not, I say unfortunately, actually, it's great. No one's really been getting into some big fights. There's been a little bit of poking and prodding. There's obviously been a team or two that's dropped, but it's been fairly quiet so far, which is very, very odd compared to our first game. I mean, the first game we had literally every single, person and their coach and their team jumping in to try and get some points.
Yeah, no, I think I get excited when I see all the little arrows together, but you're right. It's more just like the poking, again, feeling each other out, not really getting too aggressive, because like you said, there's still 14 squads left, and it looks like a lot of these teams in the epicenter are making their way in towards the zone now. They're obviously gonna have to rotate down towards this harvester area, like you said. So many of them up there.
I'm gonna cut you right there. Ascend Esports actually has just started the fight here with Apex Scrubs. So they've started a fight. We've also got the likes of SA420, fighting there with Persis. So there's 2 fights literally breaking out as we're talking about. Oh, it's calm, it's collected, it's fine. We lied. I don't even know. I mean, Apex Scrubs right now, they're doing the damage. They're putting enough output that, Ascend is just like, maybe we should fall back. Maybe we should not, invest in this just quite yet. I don't know, Cam, what do you think? So far, this map is looking a little bit crazy.
Yeah, no, it really is crazy. Ascend is still rotating in behind them. hopefully they don't engage. I think, like you said, they were like, we don't want to fight you right now. They're also going to have low ground, so they need to be careful rotating into the zone. They should have enough space to comfortably get in without getting burned by the zone. But yeah, like you said, they don't want to be fighting them. So they're actually doing a lot of damage onto the Apex scrubs, forcing Burn to use his Phoenix kit. And shield's not looking great either. Blue, white, and a purple. Yeah, I don't know. It's not that late in, so I guess you should for now. But you do want to start picking a little, especially on that Gibby, to get some better shields.
Yeah, hopefully that they will actually have the opportunity to do that. Now that zone is going to readjust and it's heading towards the tree and thermal station. So hey, it's not the perfect finish that you wanted, but it's pretty darn close. And as we're talking about that now, still so many fights breaking out with all the rotations coming through. We've also got actually the likes of NBN who just spotted out Ascend Esports, and they're very happy. They're very keen to get some kill points going through here. Colder now down to half HP, shield's gone, but they got the charge rifle in hand. They're happy to give a little bit of damage back. And thankfully, here's where that Watson really comes through in clutch. They should be able to... Oh, okay, you were talking about the ultis. Here comes the ulti coming through. That bombardment now putting a lot of pressure and actually going to be taking Colder out while he's under the shield. What's happening here? That's actually City players taking out. So Colder and Clutchy now left alive, trying to hold on here for Ascend Esports. They are taking so much damage at the moment, and they still have to make the rotation into the zone.
Yeah, I might have been wrong about that. They didn't actually have enough space. I think it's an open area where Ascend Esports is right now, and Apex Scrubs just managing to kind of pick away at him from the top there and eventually get Stephie down. They are looking to retrieve his banner right now. Hopefully they can do that. Multiple respawns in the area, but again, a fight breaking out. I don't know who they are fighting, but whoever it is has got a nasty gun, and Blake actually managed to take out Colder right now. And that looks like they finished Colder as well. So Clutchy is going to be the last one left alive. He is still alive.
That is rough. Yeah, he's still alive, but I mean, again, NBM want that final confirmation. Where's the last player? Come on, show me. Or they're just going to hold the banners. It's rough. And I mean, just on the other side, it's Apex Scrubs. They've also lost, one of their players, and thankfully for them, they've at least got the banner. For Clutchy, like, what are you going to do? You can't get the banners. It's literally, it's between two teams right now. Gonna have to rat it out for the rest of this game.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that's kind of what you really can do. Hey, he does have his ultimate, so if he wanted to rotate, he could, unless he goes for a bit of a third-party attempt. Yeah, Sethi's banner is timing out now, so he may be able to get Colder. But again, is it worth it? He's deciding to go for the redeploy here. It's not going to be worth for him to go out. He actually does get shot quite a bit. Oh my goodness, he might get shot shit out the sky. Guys, give him a break. He just wants to leave. Oh my goodness.
Oh, there was actually Stealth Shadow there from Apex Scrubs who just decided to throw in a couple of bullets towards Clutch's way. But yeah, that's going to be it. There's no banners. They're still going to be picked up this time around. And of course, I mean, NBN, the starter of all of this chaos, is still happily sitting and just picking apart teams. Going to make their rotations as well. And if we tune our attention to actually what's actually happening towards the zone, we've actually got the She unit busy engaging the likes of Persis right towards the edge of zone there by tree. So they've already found each other. They've already said, how's it going? Thrown in a couple of shots, and now it's a little bit of that awkward timing. Ooh. Do you see DNMK just
I do. I was just about to say
something
something.
Around KOA there on the bridge.
Do they know they're there? They do. They sussing them out. Again, they sniff it. They can assume, oh, that's the team we're looking for. Let's fight them now before the other teams can get you. Because, yeah, that's exactly what it looks like happening. They've decided to actually back away a bit. Again, probably a good idea. Take this container kind of area. It's always a pretty good spot to play. We got the Rampage in hand for Brad. Like we said earlier, absolutely disgusting gun. So good. Short, close, medium, hipfire. It's just insane. Starting to pop his ultimate ability and make their way down to the edge and see if they can get any teams rotating in. Ooh. Are there any teams rotating in? Wow.
We've also got DNMK busy, just doing a couple shots to Gibby Love. Just telling Gibby Love that, no, you can't rotate this way. It's ours. We're gonna gatekeep you right now. So, I mean, those rotations coming through, as mentioned, Drift Apex just on the top here. They might have a perfect line of sight to DNMK.
They might,
Absolute
but also, Oh, Gibby loves getting into a fight at the bottom of Harvester. You were mentioning them running away from DNMK. They ran straight into another team. They are literally just, it's left, right, it's left, right. Enjoy does end up going down to the other team because, yeah, he just couldn't get away. DNMK deciding to move to the high ground right now, which is probably the best idea. Like you said, they had that direct line of sight onto DNMK from Harvester. They've repositioned now, and now they can see both teams that were going to be staring and shooting at them. So they're in a bit of a better position.
Yeah, so I mean, Gibby Love busy, you know, encountering Radix, and Subject just desperately trying to do something at this point, trying to get the rest of the team out of the situation. We've got the crypto ults coming through, and it's just absolute chaos here, unfortunately. And DNMK, Bradley specifically, he's poking and prodding. He wants to get involved in this. DNMK as well. They've taken themselves all the way down to Harvester, out of the zone, to get involved in this fight and maybe take a third party. That Ashe ulti going to be coming through here for Radix, so they can take a rotation out, but they're going to be taking a rotation straight into DNMK, just on the heels of Bradley, who's busy getting his shield shot at, and it's not a good time. 10 squads remaining, everyone's still poking and prodding, but all of this chaos has just allowed Gibby Love, with their one remaining player, to sit and rat it out there by Harvester.
Yeah, it looks like Pickle, he got spared. He got spared today. Somehow managed to get away. Again, kudos to you for managing to get away from like literally 7 different people trying to kill you at the same time. So yeah, hopefully he can rat it out again. Does he play for banners? Does he have a mobile respawn? That could all come into play a bit later on. But yeah, Radix kind of doing a good job staying alive here, taking picks at DNMK as well. But they do have the harder rotation because they do have to go through a team to get into the zone here. The zone that is closing is exactly like what we said earlier, taking a bit of tree, a bit of the train track, and obviously that respawn in the middle. So it's going to be a very exciting end to this zone. She unit again just playing at the bottom of tree, kind of relaxing out over there. They do have a team pretty close to them, but it looks like they're going to be deployed. I apologize. And they're going to be landing onto KOA. Just
so that redeploys onto KOA is ridiculous. This is the second time a team has redeployed onto KOA.
Okay, no, it looks like they saw them and decided this is not the best idea. They're going to take this house. Again, this is in the zone, so it's great. But this huge mountain in between does actually separate the field a bit. And you need to make sure that you can get around the corner, you know, because once the zone does get a little bit smaller, then you have a really small margin to rotate into. And we've seen it before where teams just get stuck on the one side and yeah, that's kind of it, right? Because if you do risk going through the zone, you will end up taking too much damage. And DNMK choosing to go to the right-hand side, more towards the smaller side of the circle. But it seems now, as we see the zone official location, it's going to be towards the bottom. So either way would have been fine for them.
Yeah, I mean, rotation's got to come through now, so, I mean, we're looking at She unit literally sandwiched between the KOA and DNMK. Of course, KOA know exactly that there's a team sitting and waiting for them, but KOA down to 2 members right now. It's only Exo and Ali busy fighting it out, trying to hold down the line. I don't know what happened, maybe there was a disconnect coming through, but it's unfortunate for them. Pickle's just around the corner, waiting and hiding. I mean, literally, if the KOA moves a little bit more to the left, that might be a free kill, or at least a surprising shot there for them. And turning our attention back to, you know, the big team that we've been waiting for them to do a little bit more. It's DNMK. They've had such bad luck in that first map. Now they've got all 3 of their teammates still alive and well, but they still have to make that rotation in. And it looks like we've got the likes of NBN who have decided to take on Goliath, who have decided to take on DNMK, coming through here with the Arcstars actually managing to tag down. All the shields are broken, the RO3 beams are coming through, but it's just nice dreams. Where's the backup? Where's the cavalry? Why are we fighting a 1-on-3 match here? Oh,
here they come in now. Neo is finally pulled up to the fight, and Blake is coming on the right-hand side, going for a bit of a flank here. Oof, and the Gibby ult coming down, really putting a lot of pressure onto DNMK. Do they opt to just run all the way around? No, it looks like they're just going to play the corner. They are going to take this fight. Massive shots coming in from Blake now with the wingman Bruiser on. And the Gibby dome does get popped. He's taking shots with his car from very far away. It's going crazy right now. Nice Dreams gets 2 down, and there's only 1 left alive. It's oh, Yazu gets taken out by Nice Dreams. Crazy play with that Volt. I didn't even notice that he picked up the heirloom weapon, and DNMK is out. Top 7.
Woo! I was questioning it. I was like, nah, what are you doing? Why are you just going through into DNMK and saying, hey, I'm going to do this myself? But taken 2 out of DNMK with the ulti coming through from Blake. I'm eating my words, yeah. I'm eating my words. We've got 6 squads left in this one. Somehow, some way, Pickle from Gibby Love is still ratting it out, still staying alive. Same can be said here for Clutchu coming through from Ascend Esports, and then the rest of the teams relatively stacked. But ooh, what's happening here with the KOA and She unit? I think they're right on top of each other, not that they know. Yeah, we've got one team in the subway and another team right on top of each other. So they should be fine. They won't be finding each other anytime soon. And then the last team that we're talking about here is Roy Mongoose. Actually involved here. There's still 3 players alive, and they've been... They're very happy. They've got the tunnel... It's crazy. Actually, where they're watching right now, there's 2 teams. There's either going to be a team coming through out from the tunnel or a team coming through from up top. So a lot of these teams, unfortunately, are going to have their heads on a swivel if they want to manage to stay alive in these final zones. And that zone is actually going to be pulling towards the likes of... Is that Misfortune?
By NBN. So yeah, again, Pickle, like you mentioned, he's actually behind a barrel and no one can see him. And he has redeploy, so he's a Valkyrie. It could be really exciting towards the end. Maybe he just redeploys and drops on someone with his triple tank. But oh no, the blood on scan comes in and he does get spotted out. I don't know, he's still not going to move. He's not going to move. NBN is making their way towards him. Don't know if... Oh, he's like playing dead. He's like, okay, guys, I'm not actually here. No one's seen me.
I'm not sure. I'm dead. Like, this is not the player you're looking for. Please step away.
Oh, man.
What's happening here? So, I mean, if you tune our attention here to NBN, who have been doing absolutely crazy things so far. Nice streams once again with the Vault, taking down Ali, now looking for that confirmation and doing quite a bit of damage there to the Wraith that's trying to... You were talking about it, the new kill now with the Vault coming through, making the beams happen, and just looking for literally anyone and everyone. Is that Pickle? Is that Pickle that we're busy fighting here? No shame, leave him alone. He did so well.
Leave him alone.
So well.
He's still making a run for it. Doing a great job to get into this top 4 right now. Clutchu does actually go down to Blake as well. Nice streams, and the NBN squad absolutely cleaning up right now. Just running this final zone. They still haven't found Pickle, but they are going to get into the fight with the last remaining team.
Right behind the barrel, there's a player just sitting and hiding, but nice streams with the 301. Doesn't care right now. They're just focused on anyone that is moving in front of them. 3 squads remaining, 7 players alive. Surely we're going to be seeing Pickle, you know, be taken out, but right now he is the absolute rat unit of a lifetime for his team. There's the confirmation coming through as I say that. Now final teams, it's NBN. It's NBN versus the Roy Mongoose, who's got one of their teammates down, one of their teammates on flesh, and the other teammate's just trying to run away and stay alive at this point in time. It is going to be a 3-on-2 situation here, and of course, for NBN, they want blood. They can smell blood. They know exactly where they're at. They're going to be pushing on through. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. It's like the NBN win that you always wanted to see, taking the second map of the night, and in quite a convincing fashion, I would say.
Wow. I mean, we said, why are you guys keeping so quiet? They rotated through Giza. They went through Lava Siphon. They weren't making a big noise. They were chilling. They rocked up to the train track, and then all of a sudden just went absolutely crazy. Taking out, how many squads was that? I don't know, but that was a lot of KP.
What are we doing here? Why have we just decided as a solo with a Vault? Okay, a Vault, but still as a solo taking on DNMK. And unfortunately, DNMK, you know, they still had to make the rotation. They were going up the hill, and here comes NBN saying, hey, you know how you wanted to rotate. Sorry, it's not going to happen tonight.
Yeah, literally. Again, also big shout out to Blake. He did a crazy job deciding to hop on the right hand side there of Harvester and just take some picks from the flank with his wingman Bruiser on top, doing crazy damage as well. I think, I don't know, for me personally, again, like caster view, I always have this aspect. As a player, it's very different when you're in the situation.
Oh
As
yeah.
a caster, when we see DNMK choosing to go back into Harvester and fight that again, that's exactly when I thought, damn, like, don't you rather prioritize the rotation, go around the backside like they could have more towards thermal. Instead, they chose to take the fight in Harvester, and then they kind of got stuck on this upward hill rotation directly into MBN. And I think that's where it kind of fell apart for them. They were kind of scrambling, trying to find out where to go, and obviously it kind of ended like that for them. But again, huge props to Nibble, NBN, apologies, and also Pickle. I want to say Pickle is the man. I don't know how he stayed alive that long. That bin that he was hiding behind was crazy. I think he actually died to the fuse ulti because he was
Probably
where the
fire
fuse
was right
ulti
at the
came
top.
down, and he was like, "I'm not gonna move, even though the fire is burning me. I refuse to move."
Oh,
Yeah, but crazy. It was yeah.
it
Again,
hurts.
KOA there. We saw them there. She unit there again. Like these top 6, 7, all these teams consistently performing in the top 6 and 7, all have a shot to win. It just depends really
Oh, yeah.
on the RNG of that map, on the ring location. So yeah, great kudos to them.
I mean, you got what you wanted, right? You wanted that final zone to be literally exactly where it ended, and it was chaos. It was absolute chaos. And look, shout out to Pickle. He was the rat champion, making it all the way up to third place from, I think, what we had like 7 teams, 8 teams still left. Managed to rotate, managed to hide it out, and unfortunately, it was a fuse ulti that put in the final nail in the coffin. But hey,
Uh, what can you do? Yeah, what
really,
can you do?
he played the dead role really well. I don't think
Yeah,
any like there was a scan that came through at one stage, and like his outline was there, but they were like,
I don't think they were looking into the rock. They were like, wait, that can't be real. Yeah, no.
That's a glitch. Why would anyone be there?
And then Fuse decides to randomly actually shot it far enough. Action like a barrier between the two teams, and obviously that landed on poor Pickle. But yeah, crazy. Absolutely crazy game.
I mean, again, overview of game number 2. I feel like we had a few changes coming through. I mean, in terms of meta, relatively the same. Still, again, that Gibby and Valkyrie combination is still heavily popular with the teams that we're seeing tonight, and it makes sense. Again, it's such a good combination. We at least saw a little bit of Ashe action there with that redeploy coming through from, I think it was Rad X. So for them, at least the Ashe is working out for them. I personally, I been playing too much Ashe, so I forgot what the other characters feel like.
I was actually going to ask you that. I was like, wait, what? Do you actually play Ashe?
Yeah.
I said I was making the joke. Don't quote me, but Ashe was like the Wish Wraith.
Yes.
The Wraith
Yes.
from Wish. but everyone was like, "Can really good. She's meta this." I just ultimate ability. It felt weird and clunky, but maybe it feels better now. I don't know. I can see how she can be viable, and the way they used her in that harvester area obviously worked out, managed to keep them alive a little bit longer. Yeah, what I'm excited for as well when you speak about this meta and the picks we're seeing is it going to stay the same throughout the whole tournament? You know, as we get through a lot of these teams and go from the gold to the platinum to the diamond, are we going to see changes in the way these guys run? Are they going to maybe, like you said, you don't want to take all your tricks out the bag and show everybody what you're doing, but are they going to learn how to counter their teams that they're playing against? And maybe we see something crazy by the last week. You know, it can be really exciting.
Look, I think for a lot of the teams, they're starting to, feel that pressure, especially for like any of the teams coming through from Group C, because tonight's basically their debut. They haven't played yet in the Gold League, so this is their chance to really start putting down a solid foundation of points and carry that through. So, I mean, even with the likes of DNMK, they've been pretty unlucky the first game around. They immediately find KOA. They unfortunately lose buyers, then have to play a duo versus the rest of the lobby. So it's just not a fun time. Then the second match comes through and NBM decide that they're the new target. Then they don't really get an opportunity, and the teams that they did go and make that investment for to get the kills split, went away, just completely disappeared. And one of them was Pickle, who's just an absolute master at ratting it out, apparently. Managed to slip on through, and no one saw anything. So they had that a little bit, I guess, slip through their fingers. Again, like you said, from a caster perspective to, the player perspective, there's maybe some other information that they had that we didn't. So there's potentially very good reason for why they did what they did. Maybe they heard something, maybe they heard a rotation, maybe they took a gamble, who knows. Either way, now we're going into map number 3. Last map for them for this evening. Last opportunity for them to get points. So now you might be seeing a different DNMK coming through. Now they might be literally laying down the law, which, is the reason they got 86 kills in the previous qualifier.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, when their back's against the wall, you see them do crazy things, right? That's kind of the great thing about esports in general. Like, a team can be down and out in this game, and they can absolutely just bring it back with the flick of a switch. They say, "Listen, guys, John Wick is here. He's telling you boys, get ready. This is all-out war now. We have to get some kill points, and I want you to just W key and." Yeah, just go crazy with it. So, and we've seen that side from them. We really have. They can do it.
Yeah.
You can see it from a lot of teams. Like, they do have that potential. And like I said, different days equal different consistency. Someone's not feeling that great. Someone's not doing this. Someone's not doing that. They're not meshing as well. There can always be those things that we, as casters and viewers, don't always see. And it's tough. I mean, yeah, it's tough. We've been in the situation where you load into the lobby and you're just nervous and you don't perform to your maximum potential. But at the same time, this is the third match now. It's time to turn up. They need to get these points. They need to start making a play, because this is the final time. This is it. So yeah, let's see what they can do.
I'm hoping there's going to be a little bit of a change coming through, and we'll be seeing those teams that have been very unlucky or haven't been able to actually pick up some points carry themselves through into this one. I mean, She Unit, one of the other teams that's been making some fantastic rotations. Also, that final zone, it was just bad luck on top of bad luck on top of bad luck, because again, redeploying onto KOA, then they want to rotate back into zone because zone now just pulled to the other way. Who do they have to go through? They have to go through KOA. They have to go through NBM making a rotation back. It's just literally everyone and anyone that they could find, they found.
Yeah. But again, like that's what's great. So now this third match, the zone's going to be in a different place. Can they play it a bit differently? And maybe this time they do get the advantage position. They do get the care package that has the vault in. Those kind of things can honestly change up the game in such a big way. I don't know if we've seen any Krabers. I don't recall seeing a Kraber yet. I am excited because, again, like a game-changing gun. You don't think it's crazy, but that one headshot onto an enemy team, getting that knock and allowing all these teams to converge on the one team that has one less man, because they will do that. And then it just changes up the entire dynamic of that final, or that almost final zone. So yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. Again, these top 7 teams are doing really, really well to be consistently in the top 7. I think pretty much all of them were consistently top 7, and now it's just up to real positioning. And will they get the better gun? Will they get the position that they wanted? And yeah, will they be on the better foot to take this fight? Not get stuck in one of those cart box things where the windows are open and the doors are broken and there's nowhere to go, and you've got MBN just climbing on top of you like the final zone previously. So yeah, let's see what they can do.
Look, again, I just want them to have an opportunity to actually take it and show us what they've got. I want every single team here to have their shining moment, because that would be great, but that's not always going to be the case in any sort of battle royale. Unfortunately, there's always going to be that team that has to be sacrificed. So you'll have to be sacrificed, unfortunately. Sorry.
Oh man.
Okay, so we were talking about a giveaway earlier on. All right, so
Yes.
there's 250 and Steam gift card up for grabs. Going to be giving it away on the stream. So apparently we can open it up now. So for the viewers watching, to enter the giveaway, all you need to do, as far as I know, my admin will tell me if I'm wrong, nobody please, is type in EGL Apex, no spaces, in the chat right now, and you'll be picked a little bit later when it eventually closes. So again, for those in the back, maybe those who didn't listen to me, if you want to enter the giveaway, type in EGL Apex in the chat, no spaces, and you'll be entered into the giveaway for 250 Rand Steam voucher. Of course, none of this would be possible without Esports brought to you, of course, and thankfully powered by EveTech, HP, and Omen, who are the reason we are here in the first place. So please, enter those giveaways. If I could, I would, but I think I would be disqualified. Maybe we can. Maybe we
I'm
can
gonna
just,
enter
like,
anyway.
sneak it
Just in
in.
case, Let's see
No,
if I
just-
get the luck of the draw.
Maybe
I
just
changed my name actually. I think I have a Smurf Twitch
You have a
account I
secret
can use.
account just to enter giveaways?
Literally. Does not everybody have that? Hello. No, but
I feel like
seriously,
I'm
guys,
behind on something. I feel like I need to make a new Twitch account quickly.
Oh man, that's great. No, yeah, but definitely, guys, go and enter that, please, 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 please.
Please do. Please do. We've got one more map left for Group C, and then their chances for picking up points, unfortunately, will be it. But then we're going to be tuning into Group A and B, and I already accidentally made talk about Group A, so you already know who you're going to be looking out for there, but there's still quite a bit to break down. So, I mean, the players are still busy getting in. I do wonder if we had like a national internet wobble there. I feel like I was also sitting and watching some weird things happening. Hopefully we haven't been sounding funny, but hey.
Yeah, maybe we do. I don't know yet. I actually need to double check this right now. Yeah, perfect. So the lobby is slowly filling up at least, and we're almost ready to go. Again, I feel like we keep saying this, but it is like such a crucial part, right? Is these teams are in the final match now. It's the last time to score some points. Yeah, you've got your top 7, you got your 2-3 KP, but it's not enough against some of these crazy teams that, like MBN in the last game, dropping I think close to 11 kill points and getting the first place, which is obviously a lot of points to their name. So yeah, hopefully these teams can change up the way they're running it now. Do teams choose to aggress more, or do they choose to be more passive? Are they we're gonna see everyone land on the northeastern part again? They've done 2 matches in a row, pick at each other, or they're gonna rather go for the loot and try and loot up properly, get in a good position so that they can fight comfortably. I don't know. I guess we're gonna see. I wish I knew the answers to these questions.
Well, we'll be finding out shortly. Again, I think the flight path has been a big indication of how obviously they're going to be taking their spots, but also, again, like you said, that northeastern side of the map. I mean, we're talking about Climatizer, we're talking about Epicenter, we're talking about Server Camp, and Overlook was relatively okay, but I mean, just that part, even Fragment, so many teams just decided to drop there, and unfortunately, time and time again, what ends up happening is those late rotations. We're going to be rotating into teams as we're trying to rotate out into safety. We finish a fight, we go into another fight with another team before we're ready. And then so many of these good teams just drop out so early on because of that. So I do really hope whoever is dropping the northeastern side, you've been contested every single time you've gone there. Why do you keep going back? Go somewhere else. There's so much map left. I mean, Skyhook hasn't really been touched. Harvester starting off hasn't really been touched. Lava side, staging hasn't been touched really. No, there was one team. I think it was DNMK or the KOA that was close to staging. But again, so many sites. I mean, I think we had 1 or 2 at Big Mord. We eventually had rotations going to Geyser. There's more space. There's no somewhere else.
Literally, I mean, if you think about it, if you had to cut the map in half vertically, on the left-hand side, I think there was 4 teams. That means there was, I believe, 13, because there's 17 teams in this lobby. 13 on the right-hand side of the map. Like, that is absurd. There's so much space to kind of go somewhere else. Staging.
The way.
Yeah, they like literally just go the other way. I mean, I remember when we did this, like it was first map, drop wherever, see what happens. Second map, okay, we know the scary people are there, and there. Don't go there. Yeah, and not necessarily, even if you are the scary people, it's like we know other people are there, and there. We need to play for that position. We want to put ourselves in the best spot to win. So yeah, hopefully we see these teams change it up. Again, meta's probably going to be the same. I'm excited to see what the next lobby, if they decide to do something different, because yeah, obviously we have some really big teams in this one, but we also have some really big teams in the next lobby. So it's going to be exciting to see the way that they are running their games. Yeah, we'll ditch great match.
DNMK actually hasn't had the chance to actually put down some major points. Obviously, we don't fully know the kill points that they've been racking up while we've been looking at other teams. But in terms of placements, other than the first map, them actually making it to the top 3, second map, they made it to top 8. Again, I'm kind of waiting because I know what they're capable of, and it's very scary. It's very scary to watch them play Apex. I would never want to be on a server with them. So I want to see if they're going to be changing it up this time around as well. A few of the other teams, I don't know. I'm waiting. I'm just waiting for something else to happen here, because I think there's still many teams sort of feeling each other out, sort of deciding, okay, does this work? Maybe is this position changing up? Because, you know, there is a lot of like random heroes just kind of thrown into the mix. So maybe it's still a time of adjustment for the teams, potentially. Maybe
Yeah,
some
no,
of the teams
definitely.
are figuring themselves out, also potentially. Or maybe
Definitely.
this is the map that everything that we've just said goes out the window.
Potentially as well. We never know what's gonna happen when you have 60 people cracked at Apex jumping into a map. You never know what's gonna happen. Again, like we have these. I wanna like obviously speak about it. There's obviously these teams that we keep referring to. There are other teams in the lobby. We just haven't seen as much of them. And once they do come out, like the MBN, a team that just it starts to dominate in these qualifiers and things that haven't necessarily been broadcasted yet. So there are teams that we obviously have eyes on, but there's teams that haven't didn't perform crazy in the qualifier just yet, and then they might come out of nowhere and start going on an absolute tear, and that's when we can start dissecting their team and seeing what the way they're running and the way they're playing, and then they get the spotlight. It's a good feeling. They get the spotlight, and we can see how they progress their storyline through this incredible tournament. So again, we do have, I think, like 2 more people to get in, and then we can get on the way with map 3. Super excited to see how this one breaks down.
Like I said, you know, maybe they're still holding those strats towards the end, and that's where they're going to really bring it out. But for the time being, they're just doing enough to get themselves into the next qualifier, doing enough to get themselves into the finals, and then they pop off. And then they really showcase what they've been hiding. It does seem like the final player or the second last player is coming through. I mean, some of the teams we've been highlighting, we've talked about our NBNs, we've talked about, you know, our DNMKs, we've talked about a few of the, you know, the KOAs, a few of those. Are there any other teams that you feel like you've only seen a glimpse of them, but they're stuck in your brain for a very good reason?
She unit definitely for me, because they've managed to get that top 7. You know, every time top 7, that's like almost final zone. They're getting themselves in the right position to get there, and I think we're just waiting for that pop-off moment where they do go crazy and they do get the upper hand on a fight, and they're not stuck. One is in a tunnel, the other one's on top, the one's getting shot out of the sky with the Volk ult. You know, that kind of stuff happens, and I definitely think they have been putting themselves in a really good spot to take a win at some point in this tournament. Ascend Esports also great group of players, really talented, really experienced in what they're doing, just haven't been getting the quote-unquote luck. You know, there is those RNG elements, and that's why we love Apex. That's why you play it. The battle royale feeling, the feeling of not knowing what's going to happen. Every single round is different. You can land the same spot 100 times. You'll walk out of there with a different weapon, a different amount of kills. You know, so this kind of thing happens, and I just don't think they've hit their stride just yet. But when they do, they're also going to be a serious force to reckon with, because they are a really talented group of players. Sethi, Calder, and Clutch, again, really good players, and I'm excited to see what they can do. She unit, names that I'm also looking for, Pickle. My man Pickle.
Pickle
Absolute god at Rat. I don't want to, this guy, so many points for his team just from doing that. I think that let's see what he can do. I'm keen to see what happens from some of these other players as well. So
yeah, I feel like Radix was also an interesting team that we were looking at getting into that altercation there. They were between Gibby Love and DNMK. Somehow they got around DNMK. Somehow they got out of it. They didn't survive much longer thereafter, unfortunately. But RTO Gaming as well gave DNMK a bit of a run for the money in the first map. They were putting a lot of pressure on them, doing a lot of damage, doing pretty well. So I would hope to see a little bit more from them and Persis. I feel like we keep seeing Persis just popping out of nowhere, staying alive, getting into the final zone, and then they just disappear. So maybe there's a change that needs to come through. In terms of the heroes, though, I feel like the Valkyrie and the Gibby still is making a huge come up, but there's maybe a few other heroes that we haven't been putting a lot of potential, like Bloodhound. Bloodhound's been in nearly every single team. The Wraith almost kidnaps that have been coming through. They've very close kidnaps. They've been pretty great. And I like seeing that, you know, we're still seeing the Wraiths. I mean, you're talking about, you know, budget, Ash being the budget Wraith. I play Apex like the budget Apex. So, not great. Don't watch it. It's horrible. But it might be what's going to be changing that final zone. I mean, again, we saw, I think it was Cheetah Boy, that final moment in zone doing the portal coming through, so that if it ends up being a case of a standoff, saying, okay, who can survive the longest, that Wraith absolutely comes through in clutch. But we've talked enough, Cam. We've made it the last map. We've talked enough rubbish. We're going through into the last map of the evening. This is EGL 1 Apex, of course, brought to you by Esports, powered by Evesec, HP, and Omen. And we have the final map for Group C happening as we speak. This is going to be the point that they get their points. This is going to be the final opportunity for them tonight, at least. I mean, still got plenty of matches later, but for tonight, this is the last time that they're going to be able to rack up some points. Who are you putting your money on?
You know, you asked me about other teams that I noticed and everything, and I completely forgot about RTO Gaming. I mean, the likes of Limitless, Jazz, and Evolve Dodge, three incredible players. They did actually win map one. So I definitely don't think we should sleep on them. I think if they can get themselves in a good position, we'll find them winning another game. But NBN, so strong right now. I want to put money on like all of the teams. If I had to pick one right now, NBN is just looking so hot. I think from the momentum they just got from that second match, yeah, they're definitely going to be going hard on this one. And they have more room to play with, you know, whereas a team, again, I love the underdogs, a team that's on the back foot, hasn't scored as many points as they would have liked, maybe come out firing here. Let's see something from DNMK, RTO, Gibby Love. Yeah, let's see what they can do.
Yeah, no, just watch Pickle.
Keep an eye on Pickle. We'll have to keep an eye on Pickle.
Just keep an eye on Pickle. That's all we need to watch. We need to get tips for professional ratting, and that's going to be Pickle. That is the absolute legend of ratting. But that zone, that flight path, are going to be taking us right through Thermal Station all the way to Climatizer. And we were talking about that northeastern side being a little bit of a trouble in terms of all of the teams dropping there. So now that it's literally heading straight over it, I'm hoping the teams are going to be spreading them out a little bit more. We already see a few teams dropping. DNMK looks once again like they're going towards Lava Fisher, maybe Countdown. We've got She Unit once again going down towards, I believe, we might be seeing them going towards either Lava Siphon or Launch Site. So it looks a little bit more spread. That northeastern side still looking a little bit contested, but hopefully once, you know, they finally dropped, we might be seeing a little bit more of an open map.
Yeah, having said that, now it seems like the fights are breaking out in the south already. MSMK taking on the likes of KOA right at the beginning. I don't know if it was on purpose, but Slizo already half HP right now, getting beamed by one of the guys on KOA. Bloodhound does manage to find a purple shield, and he's trying to scavenge for some loot right now. He's going to have to go and help his boys in the middle there, but so many of them taking damage right now from Lone, Exo, and Ellie. Exo on top of the tower here with his bow check in hand, just taking shots across the way. Yeah, he does hop down to the bottom here. He's got an L-Star with no ammo in, so hopefully he can make a plan here to grab some ammo on the way up the zip line. He manages to actually find some of his arrows and some energy ammo, which is great. They finish off Slizo, and now MSMK is left in a 2v3 situation. Was that the play they wanted to go for? I don't know if they realized they were dropping another team. Maybe they didn't see them. They thought because it's the first out, maybe they'll be fine. But hopefully they managed to get away here and try and scavenge some loot. Looks like they're running up towards the north.
It's a little bit unfortunate. Like, those early fights do really put you at a disadvantage. So, I mean, for MSMK, they're just going to have to hightail it out of this one. And we're tuning into, obviously, SA420, who are busy still looting up here. Have to be careful, though. Have to be very careful, because we're very close. We're very close to other teams here. Skyhook at the moment is also very contested. So, DNMK, once again, towards Countdown. I am struggling to find the rest of DNMK. Okay, no, there it is. I was like, I could not see Bradley. I was like, hi, ball. what's happening here? But I don't know. I think so far we've still got a pretty good split. I mean, northeastern side still relatively contested, but not as badly as what we've seen for the previous maps. I mean, I think this is the most split up we've seen all of the teams.
Yeah, no, definitely. Some teams obviously landing in their usual spots, but some definitely opting to go for a bit of a different play. I mean, DNMK has taken pretty much the whole left side of the map. Zar 420 taking a fight here in Skyhook early on. Again, probably just some picking, you know, just taking some shots here and there. I don't know if there's 3 teams or 2 teams. Looks like he's looking left and right now. Burning, not sure which side he wants to fight. And now opting to ping to the back. Hopefully that means that, guys, let's rather move backwards. Let's go get some more loot and let's try and get out of here right now. We don't want to be fighting so early on.
Yeah, it does look like Mayfair, Westonia is also in this area, along with Persis, so they're a little bit sandwiched, going to be making that rotation out, maybe heading towards Trials here. Got a little bit of beacon scans coming through, so we're going to get some good information here as to what the zone is planning to do, of course, but for the time being, everyone's still trying to loot up, trying to get out, out of danger. I mean, we hope, we very much hope. And yeah, I mean, I'm liking this. So far, I feel like this is the most stable start that we've had tonight. So I feel like the teams have had enough information. They've had enough time to sort of, feel out how the teams are going to be playing and how they should be reacting. Okay, so that zone heading towards Countdown.
Oh no,
Ooh.
it looks like map 1. It looks like match 1. It looks like the same one.
No!
The PTSD is coming in first end right now.
Get rid of it, please. Look, if it ends in Lava Fisher, I don't know what's worse.
Yeah, I know. It's verticality just crazy there. Having said that, yeah, I mean, these 2 teams again just picking off at each other. The reason I was referring to the map earlier, apologies, was because DNMK has got the whole of Fisher, Countdown, and Landslide to themselves right now, which is absolutely crazy. It looks like they've just taken all the loot on the left-hand side here, and they can be ready for teams to rotate in from the north by Skyhook. There is obviously that 2-man that managed to get away from KOA. Teams fighting on the hill here, they are actually going to decide to push into... My goodness, those rampage shots from Bayaz, absolutely incredible. Oh man, he's shooting someone out the sky now. Yeah, no, they're going to actually try and enter into Skyhook here and go for some KP. This is what we spoke about, right? Put them on the back foot. Maybe they get something done. Ascend Esports, speaking of them, hopefully they can make a good rotation here. They are very far on the right-hand side towards Giza and Geyser, tomato, tomato. Whichever way they go, they need to make sure they get into the zone and get a good position, because we want to see them do well. Sethi opting to go for the Bloodhound instead of the Watson this time, which is probably a good pick. Speaking of picks, Pickle here with Gibby Love on his Volk, doing his looting with his teammates, and they're just playing around this area here. I love the crypto from Hums. Really, really cool. He's going to go and scout out a bit, have a look on the banner and see, are there any players in the area? Oh, and I'm also going to scan this survey beacon quickly, get the map knowledge.
It helps. Yeah, we like that. And if we're talking about fragments, still quite a few teams here just poking and prodding at each other for the time being. I mean, if I'm looking at it, wow. Okay, so let's break this down. We've got Drip Apex towards Fragment West here. We've also got Pure Paragon involved in Fragment West, and to finish it off, we also got Roy Mongols also in Fragment West, because why not? So a little bit of a contention there. They're thankfully in the zone, so they've got plenty of time just to work through this, just poking and prodding each other at the moment here with the longbows. The She unit making actually their rotation through, might be going through to Harvester. And from Big Maud, the team that really made us actually just fall off our chairs previously, NBN, still in zone, still needing to make a rotation. They do have Valkyrie, they're busy crafting up some shields, getting themselves set up, getting purple shields already so early on into this one with the redeploy. That might be setting themselves up very well, and they're gonna have a free path into the zone. They're literally not gonna be able to run into anyone until maybe Chi unit at Harvester. So we're gonna have to tune back into that one for the time being. DNMK though, we were talking about it earlier, they actually taking some contention here, and Cheetah Boy going absolutely crazy, getting a 2k and finishing off Persis. I mean, we tuned in just a little bit too late, but absolutely well played by DNMK, because now they've picked up 3 points thanks to Cheetah Boy. Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Wow. Nice master. Nice master.
We like it. We like it.
Yeah, no, I mean, we did tune just a second too late, but again, these early fights are so sporadic, really, because you never know if a team's actually going to engage or if they're just going to leave it alone. On board now with RTO, they're chilling just next to Skyhook. Again, had a huge game 1. We can potentially see them do some damage here. I just wanted to quickly bring back to MBN, because they are obviously one of the favorites. The fact that they are able to just play in Zone 1, they know it's not going to tick or hurt them. And they can just sit there and go through their shields and get all of them up to purple. I don't think they picked them all up. I think they were actually leveling them through the points. So it's such a clever play, right? Level up your shields, get everything ready, and then use that Volt ult to get in through zone 1. You got a med kit, cool. You back up to 100 HP. They're still there, by the way. They still.
Yeah, look, as you were talking about it, I'm just like, guys, how? I have so much anxiety just like when the zone touches me, and here these Oaks are just absolutely living their best lives in Lava City, in the zone, as if nothing is wrong.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to bring that up. That's experience, I think, for you. And then there are some teams fighting in Fragment here. NBN, obviously, like we said, still in the zone. They're going to choose to opt out. There's a team breaking out to the left there. We see KOA and MTG getting into a fight right now.
Yeah, having a little bit of a battle here. MTG right now, they're feeling pretty. I was gonna say they're feeling pretty healthy, but I might be wrong about that one. So Shawnee gonna try and get into the safety and just get themselves a little bit more meted up and kitted out. For the time being, KOA, I mean, purples and blues, sitting with peacekeepers and 301s. They look pretty kitted to me. They look like they're also hungry for a little bit more. And with that raid portal coming through, ooh, some rotations are going to come into this one. They want to aggress into this. The shots coming through, shields being broken, and everyone trying to get a piece of the action here. Oh, Exo, he's not afraid. He's going to be
he's not afraid at all.
That final shot, the Peacekeeper's going to be coming out. Arc-stars are flying left, right, and center, and shields are being broken. But for the time being, MTG, they might have to say goodbye. They might have to say goodbye with the Peacekeeper shots coming through like this one. Oh, yeah, this is not looking good.
And he's crafted his flatline. He's ready to go again. Lone taking a lot of damage, but again, I think it's a 2v3. Shawnee left alive here, and he does get taken out by Exo. Exo with that PK just... I mean, all I could hear was crack, 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 crack. It was absolutely insane. Just all the shields breaking. Exo, Ali, and Lone doing a great job to infiltrate that building and take that team out. Wow, what a play from them. Another 3KP on the board. Yeah, so that's really good. She unit, again, rotating in. I'm sure they've just heard that fight towards the bottom left there. And I don't know if they choose to go for it. Sam opting to drop the Loba and now playing with the core stick. Again... because of the positioning they've had, potentially the caustic is actually a better pick because they do often find themselves in a good position, final zone, and maybe they just need something to hold it down, which can be the caustic. They do spot KOA that are moving towards Lava Fisher, but they are still quite comfortable right on the edge of zone here, and I don't think they have to worry too much about their rotation yet. Misfortune with this charge rifle, huge scope in hand, can easily take off some damage. Calder looks like he's getting into a fight here with Sethi and the boys. What is their plan here?
It's not that. It's just, you know, keeping the hype up. I was gonna say, as you mentioned, Calder, they are running right on the heels of She unit. I don't think they've spotted them just yet, but they are about to. And the She unit is very, very close to getting into a fight there with KOA. Lone and Sammy are exchanging shots there. They might have to talk about that a little bit later. But now here comes Ascend Esports, deciding that, you know what, KOA, sorry, you're not going to get She unit. We want to take them out for the count here, and they're going to be aggressing into this one. Sammy Q already finished. Misfortune's going to be going down. Safety plays. Thank you for that. And now, there's 2 players left to right here. Oh, Calder actually goes down. Beautiful shots coming through here from Sammy Q, holding the line for the time being, but Safety running through with the flatty. Says goodbye.
Wow,
Says
incredible.
Goodbye.
And now KOA are smelling the blood. They were actually on their way back to that fight. I think they heard it finish. And again, experience coming in just like, whoa, guys, it's already finished. I don't think it's a good idea. They know they're going to get the shield swaps, and they come in. The other team is obviously already reset. They're ready to go because you have to be ready for a third party all the time. So good job on the Ascend for getting that kill. Oh, my goodness. Viaz with the beams from that R301. Poor Zer. He's down and out. He's going for a nade through the window here. Tita Boy is actually on the window doing some parkour right now. And as soon as this Gibby Dome goes, it's going to be an absolute massacre. He's waiting patiently, and there he goes, and he takes out the Gibby. What? The Gibby gets away with 1 HP. I think Brad managed to trade in there. And they've got 1 knock. Brad is actually down as well. He was inside the building at the time. They are going to heal up. I don't know. Is that team fully killed at the top? Is there more?
Is there more? No, there is more. In fact, you are right. Epic Scrubs. Stealth Shadow actually making a redeploy, getting out of this situation, just avoiding DNMK, just making it through. It's gonna be fine. And now it's the rat up if you can stay alive and not get shot down as we're taking it. So DNMK gonna be taking a kill or two from that one. Gonna be happy with that. And I mean, again, Cheetah Boy I think already started us off here with 3 kills. So they're really starting to crank up the heat here, picking up as many kills as they possibly can, getting themselves into 11 squads left, and I don't think they have any point of stopping anytime soon. So tuning our attention into some of the teams they might be rotating into. Roy Mongols right up ahead of them, and of course the rat that is Stealth Shadow is going to be spotted by the Roy Mongols. So that might be it, unfortunately, for Stealth Shadow, and that might be it for Apex Scrubs. We'll see if they nope, that's it. Sorry. Anyway, rotations coming through. DNMK also now getting involved and actually going to be getting some revenge for Stealth, because they're picking a fight now.
Yeah, they're going into countdown, wanting blood. Flatlines in hand, massives in hand, good combos right now. Brad doing really well to get the scans. That's Cheetah Boy taking down Falcon, just like you said, the revenge that he wanted on his boy. He wanted that KP, now he's going to take it from the other team instead. Absolutely lethal with that R301, and now they're just playing this heal, going for some shields and stuff. I don't know if you saw, there were Tyler's on 7 kills right now.
Yeah,
exactly what we said he needed to do. Backs against the wall, they just come out on all cylinders. They're ready to fight. KOA also defending themselves here in Lava Fisher, being pushed by a team just on the outskirts. I believe it's Ascend Esports that are on the corner there. Calder, Sethi, and Clutch, who deciding to redeploy here. They don't want to take this fight against KOA. They're deciding to get... They're like, hey guys, you there? We're going to go over the top of you and behind you.
Yeah, no,
and get better position. But do they know that they're about to fly straight into DNMK? I don't know if they do. This could be an absolutely insane fight.
This could be exactly what we were looking for. Colt actually be peeking through into DNMK, going to be finding the likes of Viaz, who's like, hello, welcome to our area. We're going to give you some 301 spreads as your welcome package, and don't worry, we're going to be pushing on through for a little bit more. That Gibby Old might be coming in clutch here to give some space, give then Esports an opportunity to just reset, give them some breathing room and get out of this one. They don't want to be taking a fight right now. We've got 9 squads left. Let them reset, and then they can decide if they actually want to pick this apart. Of course, DNMK rolling up on an absolute high right now. Cheetah Boy is feeling good. He's beaming and dreaming right now, taking down Calder. But unfortunately, where is the rest of the team? And the team's going to be taking your shield, my friend. Now rotating around. It's still a 2v3 situation here. Of course, Ascend Esports in the disadvantage with Calder being down. That's the Gibby. That's their shield out for the count. Trying to do a little bit of damage, of course. It is clutch too, but Seti goes down. Only a 1v3 situation here. Almost the knock, just barely out of reach. And Clutchu, the last remaining member here for said Esports, trying to potentially go here for the revive. Oh, this is cheeky. This is cheeky.
This is cheeky. But Viaz and them actually did get third-partied on. So there's another team that pushed them with another Gibby ult. But now Viaz rotating back and realizing that Sethi has been revived, telling his team, listen guys, we need to actually just push one of these guys. Tons of shots coming down from Clutch. I don't know how he managed to stay alive that long and get Sethi up. Great play from it. Oh my god, and they revived Calder as well. Yeah, all 3 of them are up. DNMK did not manage to finish off that, and that could be... Oh, that's going to be a huge thorn in the side, because now Ascend still do have a really good position, and DNMK are just going to have to back off completely. They need to reposition. They couldn't finish off that team, and obviously the third party coming in from another team. So, yeah. And now it looks like Ascend want revenge. They are coming in. Bloodhound ulti's been popped, and they are going straight for DNMK. Doesn't matter. Tunnel vision. Whoever's on the left or right, we don't care. Okay, maybe they do a little bit. Clutch taking a lot of damage from that third party, potentially KOA at the top of Lava Fisher.
Yeah, look, it's an incredibly tough rotation to take through. SA420 is obviously the team that's busy shooting at Ascend Esports there. And Ascend Esports going to have to run straight on into DNMK if they want to find any sort of safe haven here. Oh, they have to be careful. They have to be so incredibly careful. But we'll see, they're running literally right next to each other on the other side of the wall. This is giving me anxiety. But going to be heading straight on through. All of the teams making rotations now. 50 players finding Q-Boyd, getting that last remainder. And now we're down to 8 teams once again. Cam, we are finding ourselves in a countdown finish.
Oh, it's the
all
same
way
spot.
back
They're
to
in
map
the same
number 5.
spot. The exact same spot.
The exact place. How?
Literally. Like,
But hey, it's fun. Three players. They've got all of the teams.
but what they don't know is that Gibby Love is right here with this Spitfire in hand. He's actually going to throw his ult, not another Gibby ult. The NMK have had about 6 Gibby ults dropped on them just tonight. This is in this one game, apologies. They are going to manage to find some cover and just wait it out. I think they're going to wait for the Wraith port again. They know that there's a team on the right-hand side, lower ground, and they know there's another 5 teams in front of them somewhere. Mayfair managing to get into this almost final zone, which is great as well. Longbow in hand, going to take some shots towards a team on the outskirts, doing some nice damage. He's 12 off of his purple. Super excited for that, I'm sure. He's griefing this team, and hopefully he can get a knock at some point, because those two teams are going very hard at each other. I don't know who they are exactly, but they still do have 40 seconds at least before the timer counts for the zone to come in. The NMK making their move right now, deciding that this is the best time for them to slowly push up. Tyler with the mad off 0-1 sprays. He does a huge crack onto this team. Gibby Wall does do it down. Massive's coming out. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3.
Yeah,
And he gets the 3rd. Oh my! Tyler's just on an absolute tear right now. 2,000 damage, 9 kills. Wow. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, look, I don't know. Just take the guns away from Cheeto. He's doing some crazy things right now. We're tuning our attention here into NBN, who unfortunately have found themselves in a few better straits before. Down to 2 players, busy fighting away left, right, and center to actually KOA, who are down to 1 member. It's only EXO left alive. Lone has unfortunately DC'd, and EXO is busy running for his life, hoping to stay alive. So Mayfair West Estonia here, very, very close to literally DNMK, to literally every other team you could possibly find. And they might be breaking up the beast here, just peeking and prodding, looking for any sort of teams to fight here, but they have to be careful. They have to be so careful. Valkyrie passes just coming through. Oh, the bombardments are here as well to burn the party if we need to. It's just an absolute bloodbath. I feel like I've been watching Ascend Esports in that previous match. All the damage coming through. One of the knocks, they make that 2 knocks, make that 3. That might be it. KOA also going down at the same time. We're down to 4 squads right now, remaining in this last map for Group C and Group F to pick up points for this evening. Of course, we still got a few more maps, but this is their last opportunity. So, who do we got? We've got DNMK, of course. Why would we not have them? We've got Drip Apex still alive in this one. NBN and Gibby Love with only... Who do you think?
Pickle!
Oh,
I knew it before you said it. Where is Pickle? I'd love to actually know where he is right now. I'm not sure.
Not a package. He's a rock.
Oh, he's a rock now. He's not a package. He changes his forms on the daily. This man is absolutely incredible. Managing to stay alive here. MBN, like you said, 2 players left alive. Can they... There we go. Hi, Pickle. He is a rock. He's taken the form of a rock. And he knows MBN's in front of him. But guess what? He was a package. He's now a rock. He does not need to do anything until the zone comes in. He's slowly going to creep his way in. Okay, but seriously now, MBN, nice dreams, taking the port up towards the main area. There are 2 teams on either side, DNMK, Drip, and MBN right in the middle. They go for the port. I think they're going to find... They still haven't found Pickle. They're actually going to go for redeploy. This is what I'm talking about. The redeploy is coming out of nowhere. Pickle's still slowly making... He's not taking any shots.
Oh no, please.
He has a free beam on him. Pickle. Pickle, do it. The patience.
Pickle.
He aims out tight. Do it. And he's gonna let them fly away. Maybe this will work in his favor. Maybe. Oh my god, he's gonna double redeploy. He's gonna pretend like he's part of their team. He's an imposter. I just hope that he can get in time for this zone. And we haven't seen DNMK are converging at the bottom. He's gonna land on the top. He's out of battle. Will he make it down in time? DNMK are going to converge onto Drip right now. And here Pickle comes with the greatest view of the action right from above us. This is incredible. He's been spotted out. He's got 3 seconds. He has no shields. He might be able to hit a bat from the air. And he goes into the zone and he unfortunately dies to Vayaz. But DNMK is still alive here. 3 squads left. Somehow NBN have managed to get inside.
Absolutely. DNMK now with the last remaining team fighting it out for the battle of counts. It's Vayaz here with the Mastiff trying to do the work. Cheetah Boy finding a knock and DNMK solidifying the final map as they win. They're taking control of this. Not only are they getting the most kills, they're going to be taking the W as well, picking up the most amount of points I think that we might have seen tonight. So absolutely well played to them. And this is what we were seeing. You know, we were hinting towards it. We were like, listen, where's DNMK? Come on, show me what you can do. There it is.
I mean, like, I feel like we could have written a better story. I said, put these guys against the wall, and you're gonna see what happens. And that's exactly what we said, right? We know what they're capable of, and I mean, the gameplay spoke for itself. Tyler just comes out, 1, 2, 3. That's my Mastiff. That's a whole team down. It's incredible. They really did a good job there, picking up a whole bunch of KP, picking up that first place, exactly what they needed to do. What's great is that we had a different winner for every game, right? We had RTO Gaming in the first match, we had NBN in the second match, and then we have DNMK. All the powerhouses that we were talking about, we did mention every single one of them at the beginning, just saying, listen, can this team do this? Can this team do that? Where will they square up against each other? And yeah, that's how the cookie is crumbled. And yeah, good to see DNMK on top on that last game.
Yeah, the only team unfortunately that we were talking about and we didn't get to see was KOA. They every single time they got so close, did so much damage, and that final W just eluded them time and time again. But that is the games for Group C versus Group F. Of course, we still have 3 more games actually to talk about, to watch and to enjoy. It's going to be Group A and B when we come back from a short break. But are we rolling? Are we going to roll the giveaway now? I feel like, hold on 1 second. Let me just confirm this. Can we roll? We are rolling for the giveaway.
We are rolling?
We are rolling. We are rolling for the giveaway. Okay. We're going to roll for the giveaway. So if you haven't entered, is it closed? I guess it's closed. So I hope you have entered EGL Apex in the chat for the 250 Rand Steam voucher. Again, if I had a fake account like Mr. Cat over here, I also would have entered, but it's okay. And we do have a winner. So absolutely congratulations to Shens_63. You get yourself a Steam voucher of 250 Rand. Imagine I just need to give you some more. So you'll be contacted by our admins, I believe, just to let you know. So congratulations. Hope you're in chat to receive your winnings. And yeah, wow, okay. So first set of groups done and dusted. We've got 2 more groups left after the break. It's going to be Group A and B. You don't want to miss it. We've got Noble Esports. We've got ATK. They are waiting to show us what they've got. This is, of course, EGL 1 Apex, brought to you by Esports, powered by EveTech, HP, and Open. We'll be right back after a break. Welcome back, everyone, to EGL Apex, of course, brought to you by Evesports, powered by Evesec, HP, and Omen. Now, the first set of groups done and dusted. We had C and F go head-to-head, and it was an absolute just bloodbath towards the end there. But those final scores will be announced on the next stream, which I believe is tomorrow. So we'll have our tomorrow cast, which are also going to be Snare and Tendo, take you through today's scores. So we're not doing scores tonight for tonight's games. We're just focusing on the beautiful, beautiful action. My name is Esproxy, and of course, joined by CamCeej. How are you feeling, Cam, after those first set of games?
Wow, I mean, like you said, just talking about the action and man, great first 3 games. Honestly, enjoyed them so much. I hope you guys did as well. It was, I mean, like I said, I love the fact that that you can have 3 different teams winning it. There's not this constant team that's just absolutely rolling the whole lobby. It was really neck and neck at the end of every game. Yeah, it was incredible. It really, really was. Highlight for me so far, Pickle. Doing
Yeah,
absolute mad work in our final game, managing to stay to the top 4 again. Tomorrow, I can't wait to come back tomorrow and find out the scores that he scored for his team just by getting into the top 3 and 4 in 2 games tonight. Maybe not crazy amounts of kill points, but still 7 or 8 points, if I'm not mistaken, for a 3rd and a 4th. Don't quote me on that. I don't know the exact number, but yeah, doing really, really well. Yeah, and NBN not managing to close it out there. Obviously, having two players alive in that final zone. And kind of pulling in between 2 different teams, and DNMK being as hot as they were, just going absolutely crazy. But now we are looking at our new lobby. The next set of teams that are going to be fighting it out on World's Edge. And man, is it stacked.
It's the lobby, all right.
We spoke about it earlier, right at the beginning.
Yes.
Teams to highlight. Do you want to go through them again just so we can give everybody at home an idea of how stacked this lobby is and how incredible it's going to be to watch?
Yo, let me start with Group B. So first up in Group B, we've got the Rejects, who previously got 21 kills, 51 points. Pretty good, right? So they came in 2nd overall in terms of their group for Group B. Who came first, technically, in terms of points, was ATK Esports, who, again, you can quote me on this, with 101 kills and 145 points. Now you're like, okay, so that's a bit rough. That's a little bit insane. But it can't get much worse, right? No, it can't. It's not like there's 2 ATKs. No, well, there's a Nibble Esports that came through with 108 kills and 171 points in the previous qualifiers, and both of those teams, all of those teams, are in this lobby that we're going to be watching. The next 3 games, they're going to be just decking it out with each other and fighting constantly. So yeah, look, if I was in this lobby, I wouldn't go gambling for the next 2 months, because my luck is horrible. My luck is absolutely horrific. But yeah, Cam, what are you thinking? We were talking about Nibble, we talked a little bit about ATK. Good teams.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, so the points speak for themselves, really. 100 points is... That's incredible. Like, plus 100 is absolutely absurd. Sorry, you actually said 108 kills. So we need to put that into perspective.
And
That's kill
ATK,
points.
101 kills, and
So
then
between-
Nibble,
oh
108 kills. Like,
Goodness, that is a lot of kills. But yeah, those teams obviously proving that they are some of the best, and they're here for a reason. But we do have other teams in this lobby that I would love to see. Project Rise, number 1 for me. Daddy Cool, Goose, and Mel, absolute crackheads. I can't wait to see what they do on World's Edge. We got Vibe in here as well, and Vinko. Big names in this lobby right now. I don't know anyone else yet. I'm just waiting for this lobby to fill up a bit more. But those 3 teams, so we got Nibble, we got Project, we got ATK, we have Vinko, we have Vibing. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be absolutely incredible. Victrix Gaming as well, also in there with a stacked team. So I think it's all to play for again, which is incredible. And again, we can see how these teams mix and match it up with their agents that they're picking, and see what metas they're running. But again, I mean, I think we can almost guarantee a Volk. It seems like Volk is definitely the number 1 pick after our first 3 matches. And then obviously your Gibbies. Didn't see much Octane. I want to see Octane get some love. I know Goose loves Octane on Project Rise, so I hope that he pulls him out. We can see some mad jump pad plays. That'll be pretty cool. I think, like, yeah, it is obviously a bit nerve-wracking just W keying a team, because if you die, you get no points. especially if it's right at the beginning of a game. But maybe we see some confidence coming out from some of these teams and just some early aggro to really get some other teams worried.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, we were talking so much about Nibble and 80k, and wow, the first qualifier, Nibble obviously, topped 80k score with a little bit, but currently with the amount of points, because they've obviously played some games already, with the amount of points they currently have, they tied. They both have 84 points as of this moment, so after tonight we might be talking about a different story, but with them facing each other, they're going to be starting on equal footing, which means one or the other really has to bring out all the stops tonight if they want to make sure that they are the ones standing on top at the end of the night and currently in, obviously, the lead, because they're some of the biggest names we have in Apex Legends locally. And of course, for the rest of the teams, they're going to see how they stack up against, well, the Giants, I guess. But Rejects was also a pretty good team coming through in from the previous qualifiers. They're currently sitting second there with 80k Esports in that group. And as you mentioned, Project Rise, also big team that we've seen many times before. Daddy Cool has the experience. We've seen him playing competitive games before where he's done absolutely fantastically with his team. Goose and Magistron, we want to see more. We want to see them coming through, and it's, I don't know, the rest of the teams, they're gonna have to show us how they fit into this ecosystem, because at the moment, obviously with the stats that we have, they're a little bit outshined here by 80k and Nibble. So we're going to have to wait and see how these teams are going to stack up with each other. Maybe the meta comps are going to be different in this group compared to the first one, because as you mentioned, there is still potentially a few more, I guess, casual teams or teams that aren't really as familiar with the competitive scene that have entered and are just going to stick to what they can. They're going to stick to their guns, stick to their favorite heroes, the heroes that they're comfortable with. So we might be seeing some weird compositions coming through from that. And I feel like Octane, like you mentioned, I feel like Octane is like the perfect hero, really. Especially if you're a little bit more new, maybe you're a little bit less comfortable. It's one of the easiest heroes to work with, really, because all it is you're adding a little bit of movement speed. You really just have to focus on your aim. So for players who, prefer playing that way, it might be the perfect player for you. And the jump pads are just fun. I just like jump pads.
Exactly. I love jump pads. They're like my favorite. No, definitely. I think after the previous patch update, when they did change him quite drastically, with the amount of sound that the jump pad makes and the huge hit you take on your HP with that stim, I think it's obviously a lot of people have been like, whoa, we can't actually risk this because it's just too much take and not enough give. So maybe that's why we haven't seen him as much. Again, Rev also taking a huge knock after that whole Revtain meta, which obviously was really big at the time and just so overpowered. Now that both of them have been nerfed, we're obviously seeing a lot more different plays. We haven't seen anything, well, I don't think we have, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, like that was so powerful and just completely dominated the entire scene. We haven't seen that since that Revtain. Everything's been pretty well balanced, if I'm not mistaken. To be honest, I kind of like the OP stuff sometimes. Like, it makes it quite fun and exciting. I know it's obviously very frustrating to play against, but as comp players, I mean, watching the highest level of players play with these overpowered abilities and overpowered metas is always really fun because they do it in the best way, and it makes it really entertaining and really exciting. But yeah, let's see what they do. Again, we can expect all the Valkyries, all the Gibbies, all the Bloodhounds. No doubt. I don't know if Daddy Cool pulls out a Mirage here. I know that is his favorite legend, and he's extremely good with it. The Invisible Res is really good. So let's see if he pulls out a Mirage, maybe just for the memes. Nibble, 80k. I think they run a pretty similar comp meta. They're running, again, like you said, the Volk and the Gibby. So yeah, again, let's see what happens. It's World's Edge, it's exciting, it's map 1 of this group stage, and like you said, there are level playing fields in terms of points, so it's going to be very, very exciting to see what they do as we do jump in to the first match.
Whew, the first match of Group A versus Group B. Starting off, of course, this is EGL 1 Apex. I'm throwing over my words because I'm a little bit too excited to see these two going head to head. It's going to be an absolutely cracked game, and honestly, I think we could just jump into the action. This is going to be so good because we're going to see how this is all going to come together at the end of the night. Now, obviously, maybe if they were sitting and warming up, they're ready and prepped. If they were sitting and watching the stream, they've got an idea of maybe what's popular, what's not popular. Otherwise, if they've just been sticking to their guns, then those players might be ready and expecting an absolute surprise. Cam, in terms of drop spots, what are we thinking? We've seen enough climatizers, so just not climatizer. But tell me, what are you looking for?
Yeah, again, the zone pools, we saw 2 zone pools on Countdown. So these guys that play comp quite often, they know their rotations, they know their zones, they see. I think a lot of them can read zones, you know, they know when a team is going, when a zone is going to a certain section. So do they play the entire meta around that? Do they purposefully land close to that? Or maybe they purposefully land further away to try and get a bigger rotation on? I don't know. It's a bit of a wild guess. It's out there. But yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. I want to see. I mean, we saw DNMK with the whole of Countdown area, KOA with the whole of Thermal Station. I assume these big teams might actually just go straight for frag. Maybe that's their plan. They want to go straight into fragment east and west, loot up everything, take any fight they can, and just like assert their dominance in this lobby.
Yeah, look, the picks that we saw were quite interesting. I'm seeing Nibble running an Ash.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with that one, and ATK is running a Wraith. So it's going to be the Wraith versus the what did you call it? The Wish Wraith?
Yeah, the budget. Yeah, we said the budget Wraith. Yeah, the budget Wraith.
All right, so it's going to be the battle of the race, I guess. But looking at it now, let's take a look at those drops. So coming through into this one, that flight path obviously taking us right across Fragment all the way to Lava Fisher. And I think for many of the teams, I feel like we've got a pretty decent split. I feel like everyone is kind of comfortable at the moment. There's 1 or 2 teams that are a little bit close to each other. Liberal and them actually taking that Lava Siphon. So I like to see that. We've got a few teams. I think that's Victrix there towards the top by Climatizer. And
yeah, they've got a whole section to themselves now. Completely different. Skyhook is the really busy area. Speaking about those legend picks, I just wanted to bring back Daddy Cool's gone to Loba, and Goose is on Caustic. So they're running Caustic and a Loba on their team, which is obviously very interesting. The Valkyrie has got to be there, surely. But yeah, this is this is a crazy one. We've seen like the meta with a Caustic, the meta with a Loba. We haven't seen a Loba and a Caustic together. So that is pretty interesting. Yeah, again, seems to be quite spread out, which is good. And the zone is pulling towards the top.
ATK has only got 2 players.
Yeah, their player disconnected right at the beginning, unfortunately for them.
Oh.
Obviously, that sucks. They always go Overlook. Yeah, they Overlook. Rexu and Volcano. So yeah, Dast obviously disconnected just before, which always sucks. I mean, yeah, it is frustrating, but these things happen, you know. So they're just going to do the best with what they have. Volcano on the Wraith and the Gibby. Pretty good combo if you did have to have a duo. So hopefully they can still scavenge something from this game. Maybe a few kill points, maybe a bit of placement. They're just obviously going to have to play very differently to how they were originally. Donut Legends, not managing to find any shields, but they do have some decent guns. R3-1 a massive in hand. And they're opting to go towards the Trials here. And are they engaging in a team at the bottom of Trials, or are they just killing the dogs? The dogs are there because there's another team. Wow. Okay, this is our first engagement of match 1. Thermite is going to be thrown down. He's waiting so patiently. I love this. This is incredible.
Oh.
As soon as he goes for the gold stuff, there we go. Here's the grenades, guys. Let's drop on in and see what we can do.
That's Ibis Heroes right now, taking a little bit of fire, still trying to loot up themselves. I mean, Alternator in the hands of RD Fox with the charged rifle. It's a little bit of an awkward composition that they're running in terms of the loot that they have available. But they've got a Fuse and a Lobo and an Octane, so some interesting movement characters here. Great utility that they can work with, so they're going to just get on right out of that one. Run away from the Donut Legends. We don't want to mess with the donuts, so let's just go right on in to Skyhook and try and loot up. So obviously the other team still in Skyhook is Early Access, who are busy looting up, and they look really kitted. They've got a blue and a purple shield. They got 301s and a Mozambique, but we won't talk about that. So that might be an interesting fight later on. So far, relatively quiet. I'm kind of liking it. Early Access peeking and prodding just a little bit here. Seems like we have more of the team there towards the northern side. As I say that,
yeah,
nibble,
as you say that.
Nibble. Ah, you guys just make me happy, of course, with the wingman champion hand, and we're just gonna push on into this one. Why not? Let's get some free loot.
Yeah, Tenchi, I think he knocked all 3 of them with that rampage. I'm almost, yeah, I didn't see the wingman shot, but I just saw the kill feed and it was a lot of rampage from Tenchi. Yeah, no, that's insane. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, we spoke about their meta, which is great. So Tenchi on the Gibby, Gut on the Bloodhound, and Chambi with the Ash. Let's see. I mean, if this works for them, they'll obviously keep running it. But when you got a team like this, again, legends are, I think, a small part of what can happen. When you got the gun skill, when you got the aim, when you have the rotation ability, it's just yeah, it's a different story, really. It's not too much about the legend. But too legit to quit. Getting in a fight here. Someone actually going down. Apex's life is killed Baked. He's doing some mad damage with this R99 right now. He's going to go in and finish off Rambo. And just like that, there was a fight in Giza and it's done. 3 KP going to too legit to quit. Wow, that was great. Unlucky for the other team, I guess. I don't think they were looted. They got caught on a rotation out. And yeah, legit to quit just took advantage of that.
That was it for them, and that's great. I mean, too legit to quit really needs to be picking up some points at this point in time. So fantastic start for them to start off. And if we turn our attention to Skyhook, I mean, again, so many teams busy just around and about taking rotations and about to just run into each other. There was a little bit of peeking and prodding. Eba's Heroes obviously being the ones being peeked and unfortunately prodded, but they're going to be making rotations out to try and get into the zone. And that zone pulling towards Epicenter and Fragment, which very few teams are actually close towards. We can see Nibble Esports still making their rotations in. There's a little bit of poking and prodding with who's this? Project Rise right now. Taking a little bit of a fight there with HTF Gaming, throwing arc stars, throwing bullets all the way around. HTF Gaming actually down to 2 members right now, and it doesn't seem like they're going to be having much left with Stevie going down. That res is going to come through, but they need some time to set up here. They need some time to heal, but Daffy Cool just says no. Oh, the finish? Really?
Wow. Wow.
Is this what we're doing?
And
there's the confirmation. So 12 squads left.
Yeah, Daddy Cool with a Havoc in hand. I mean, aim is just insane. So to use the Havoc, it's going to be scary. If he can find a turbocharger, I think it's honestly a game changer for him. Managing to get some good shields, shield upgrades there from that team. And then again, this Loba pick seems to be... Never mind, there's another fight. We don't need to talk about Loba now. We need to talk about the fight going down here with early axes. Fighting a team in the tunnel. Flatline has been crafted. Mastiff in hand. Very popular combo. And they're going to be making their way towards this team. I don't know if they got a knock. They're pushing extremely aggressively with these grenades. And the other team has decided to take the low ground. Hopefully they get back to the train station in time before the train leaves. Yeah, Gibby taking some shots here. He is hitting Flesh. So they are going to want to chase this. But now he's getting shot from another team. Gets absolutely destroyed. Manages to get away a little bit. Donut Legends are the one in the scuffle right now. They do have one down.
Ooh, it does seem like Vinker Gaming is actually going to get involved into this one. Just running, looking for any sort of angle to work with here. Teams flying left, right, and center. Alternators in hand. We've got cars in hand. We're beaming and dreaming with the charge rifle as well. You gotta be careful. Gotta love it. That oh, the Ash. The Ash ulti coming through. Here's the alternate to say hello. How you doing? Kano actually going to be finding Donuts and going to say goodbye. I am the Wikipedia master. Thank you very much. I'm going to be very happy to take that knock and quite a few knocks actually coming through the kill feed. You can see Chambi also finding Magistrans. So all of a sudden we've got teams dropping left, right, and center. The numbers are dwindling and teams are still fighting in the zone, trying to get into safety. It's a very dangerous game that they're busy playing, and we'll see how it's going to end up. Eva's Hero still alive into this one, and I mean, they've just been chasing zone after zone after zone, getting absolutely beamed as they're trying to do so. And look at that zone pool, Cam. That zone is literally just avoiding any and all teams.
Yeah, basically. The previous lobby would have loved this zone pool, but it never happened. Also, you were mentioning the fights in the zone. Nibble here, healing up after the fight they just had with Project Rise. Daddy Cool, the only one that managed to get out of that. Nibble rotated through landside, if I'm not mistaken, and just caught Project Rise on a rotation. And now we got another team. Bams are fighting. 11 squads left. The zone isn't that empty, yet so many teams are fighting. The Watson play from Hawkeye. Just some cover, really. It's like a distraction cover more than anything. But I do kind of like it. no use of this Valkyrie ult here. So they're gonna just have to take the stairs this time. Taking some shots into the right. Massive wingman shots. He does hit one. He gets a second. And that's 80k going down. Unfortunately for them, they were in a 2v3 situation the whole time. Another team at the top of the stairs. They're going to decide to ape onto this. Oh, nice kill from the... I don't even know what's happening right now. Too legit to quit. The last one left alive. He's got an R3-1 in hand. Taking shots at this Valkyrie. He does get the crack. Will he be able to pull out the Sentinel? No, he won't. And that was... Who was that? Tenchi? No, it wasn't. It was Nasty.
Wow, okay, so Bams today just decided to just take all of the kills. We're going to take 8k, we're going to take another team. And Ghastbuster, what are you doing with the Mastiff? What is going on here? Finding two Nibble Esports on a tear of their own. As if Tenchi with the Rampage wasn't enough. As if Chambi with the Wingman wasn't enough. Now we give a Mastiff to Gutbuster. It's a bad combination for any team running into them right now, but many of the teams are still having to make those rotations, and the team of Project Rise with Daddy Cool, they might end up going straight into the sights of Nibble Esports if they want to take this further. And right now, I mean, they've had time to reset. They are kitted up. They've got purple shields. They've got all that they could possibly need going into these final 8 squads. Project Rise still in zone and not really looking good in terms of kits. We've got 2 white shields and a blue.
Yeah, so what just happened is Daddy Cool actually just managed to revive his 2 teammates. Because they went down, he ran away, Nibble left, and he managed to get banners and res. So, actually, kind of a good situation. Silver lining here is that all 3 of them are alive. They are managing to pick up leftover shields now, which is great. And hopefully they can get into zone. They do have the ult from Majesticon, so they should be able to get in. Nibble have kind of left them behind. They got their KP and just left. Probably thinking, yeah, free KP for later or something like that, because they honestly are just on a tear right now. They're going through every team. I think they've traversed the entire map so far. They are just doubling everything. There's 8 squads left, which blows my mind because the zone is still so big. I think these guys are actually in a pub lobby still. They are not in the competitive lobby yet. Everyone's just taking so many fights right now.
Absolutely, and I mean, it's a good point that you bring it up there with Project Rise. I didn't actually see that they went down, so yeah, it's a great opportunity for them to get back into this one. Still a long rotation that we have to take here, and early access, as you tapping away, needs to be careful because you might be tapping yourself into a situation here with Nibble Esports. Right around the corner, of course, is also Venko Gaming, who, I mean, we saw what Canna was doing earlier. They were picking up some beautiful kills of their own, but now they need to be careful. And early access, literally just having their heads on a swivel, taking a fight with anyone and everyone, but they're so in the open here. If a fight breaks out and they get attacked, they're gonna have to just run. They're gonna have to give up that high ground because there's not a lot of cover here to work with. Care package might be clutch coming through. Maybe we're gonna see that Kraber. I'm still waiting for a Kraber.
Yeah, we need a Kraber right now. We do need a Kraber. This would be the game to have it in. Tenchi coming in with these massive rampage shots. Just doing so much damage. There he upgrades to his red Evo. And again, this is the W key. They are not stopping for anything. There's a crypto ult coming in, which is crazy. They do crack the shield, but Chambi's still going crazy. Chambi is up close here with this wingman. This is what I was talking about. He's shooting his little footsies under the cart. They're literally not giving them any room to breathe, and this could get very, very hectic for Alliance right now.
Oh, Nibble just smelling blood right now. I've cracked the shields multiple times over, and with that scan coming through, Gutbuster just like, no, I am waiting. The redeploy coming through, the taps are there. Is the knock gonna come through? There's the crack, there's flesh, but so far they're still alive. Tenchi doing some beautiful tracking, but for now, I don't want to jinx it. For now, they're going to get away, but Nibble is still aggressing this. They have tunnel vision right now. They've smelled blood. They want to taste of it. We tune our attention here to early access, who has been...
X has a Kraber. He has a Kraber.
It is there. It's here.
He knocked Ranger. I wanted to bring it up just before. He has the Kraber. He's taken a knock on Ranger David already, and he's looking for more right now in towards Fragment east side. He sees a team across the way. He knows that there's a team across, but he doesn't see a head yet. Once he does see it, we can guarantee that it will be popped off. He's getting shot by a charge rifle from the other side. Again, Nibble, I think, actually took out that other team at the top left. Yeah, just managed to wipe them out.
Venko, unfortunately, is out. Again, Nibble was just so hungry for that kill. going all the way. Project Rise still on the edge of zone trying to make their way in. And we've also got another team just on the edge of zone trying to stay alive into this one. I guess trying to avoid as many of the teams as possible. Make sure that they don't get into trouble, which is, of course, Point One Esports. Early access just trying to peek and prod.
That's Project Rise getting into the zone.
Oh,
ooh, crack coming in. Oh, can they make it with a safe landing?
No, but
Kraber coming out.
Ooh. This is the moment where we just wait. We just wait for those Kraber shots. We want to see them happen. But early access, I was going to say, they're super aggressive. They're literally picking a fight with every single person they can find. I don't know. I'm curious to see how it's going to work out for them.
Yeah, especially... Yeah, massive confidence to play on top of this hill with next to no cover and still just be, like you said, spraying down at every single person that's here. Kraber in hand. He does take a shot a little bit too far away, I think. Gets a reload. Still got 3 bullets in the chamber, though, in the magazine. Apologies. But now we move our way to the rejects here. Chilling in a bit of a canyon, waiting. Got some nice gas canisters in case anybody does want to come through and say what's up. The team that is going to rotate into them is Project Rise, if I'm not mistaken, or they have gone all the way around the right-hand side. They have indeed just missed these guys on the inside. Nibble, again, like you said. They can smell it. There's another team in this building, and they want them. Tenchi, kill leader right now, 5 kills, 1,200 damage. Massive shots coming with the R301. He manages to dip out a little bit. Slow on ammo, Chambi. With the DT on, I love the DT. He can see straight through the smoke. He doesn't care. He can keep shooting you. And they're going to aggress onto this team in the building.
Yeah, Victrix Gaming actually now feeling a little bit of pressure, but here comes Fear taking down Gutbuster. Ulti's coming through, and through the absolute chaos, it's Kenshi with a massive dealing the damage. Nox coming through, but so far, Nibble Esports still with 2 members alive. And we've got Victrix Gaming with the exact same number. Massive shots are being exchanged, and Victrix Gaming, unfortunately, is feeling the brunt of the damage. Kenshi on a tear. We've got A50 Gaming on literally 1 HP. Confirmations coming through. The bat is being popped off. I don't know if he's going to make it in the meanwhile. And BamZA jumping into the action. I can't believe we just saw Nibble Esports getting taken out by BamZA, who is now already taken out 80k, looking for Victrix Gaming as well. And here it is, Kuzu, the kill leader, because we've just decided to take all of the top dogs off of the board.
Wow, what a play from them. The perfect third party. Like, the perfect storm for them. They pull up at that fight just when both teams are so weak, and they manage to capitalize on that moment, taking out both those teams, getting some huge kill points, and they're in the top 4 right now. Teddy with this Havoc 3 times on. He's found his turbocharger, and you know what that means. This gun can just be absolutely lethal. He's going to hit this bat. They are in a very tough situation. Obviously can't use the Volk ult underground. Early access is going to be pinning them down here. It is only a 2v3, but access with the huge flatline shots, managing to get a ton of damage. They might actually be pulling out a bit. Hawkeye with the Hawkeye above them, but getting shot with a Kraber from somewhere else. Or might not have been a Kraber, but it's something heavy. Taking out all of his shield right now. Project Rise at the bottom, early access at the top, and 2 more teams left. Close to the zone. Everyone's fighting outside the zone. There's 4 squads left. Guys, we need to wait till the zone is closing. Project Rise again. Daddy Cool with a huge ability to res his teammates, and they are the only full stack. Well, if Goose can get picked up alive right now, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, besides Bamza, apologies. Axis running in here.
You were right. It is a Kraber in the hands of Point One Esports, who are just busy fighting everyone else.
Crazy. Axis goes down because of the zone. They're fighting in the zone right now. Oh my gosh. And wait, hello? That's Project Rise gone? Point One left alive? Who are they fighting? Is Pickle in this lobby as well? Where is he?
It's Bamza. It's Bamza. Fully fitted Bamza coming through. They know exactly where Point One Esports are. Kraber have not going to be connecting just yet. It's a 2v3 situation, and Blexley has no shields to talk about, no shields to even think about. That bat needs to get popped off as soon as possible, and they need to get ready for an absolute slaughter here. It's a 2v3. Have to be very careful. The Apex Ash Star goes out, and it's not going to be the case. Blexley does 1 HP. Has to pop a bat at this very moment, but there's a door in your way, and now it's in your face. That's going to be it. Bamza taking the win of the first map of Group A versus Group B, and there was 2 Krabers in that game.
Why do we not see a Kraber the whole of the first series, and now we got 2 we get treated to 2 in 1 game. Wow. Yeah. I am so confused at what just happened because those teams were rotating so late into that zone. Project Rise didn't manage to get in because they were getting picked off by early access. They both land up dying to the zone.
Yes.
Bamza wipes everyone else in the top section, goes and chills in the top corner for a little bit. And then point one is picking people with crate. Oh my gosh, that was incredible. I don't even know how to break that down. All I can say is GG's to Bamza. They had an absolutely incredible opportunity to take out a really big team in one of those final fights. They did that, and then they were left. I think that's the first time I've ever seen a final zone with only 2 squads in at this level of play. So I think, like we said, first game jitters. I think teams were very over aggressive. I hope we see them just take a step back now and be like, whoa, if we just played our cards a bit better, we would have been closer to the final zone and we could have probably got away with some points, instead of trying to ape at the beginning and landing up dying, and there's actually only 2 squads left in the final. There could have been way more squads in there. So yeah, but still, no doubt Bamza still did a really good job getting a ton of kills there and really proving their dominance in this first game.
They didn't just get kills. I mean, the kills that they got was ATK and Nibble.
Yeah,
Like, I'm sorry, just normal kills aren't good enough for you. You have to go after the top dogs as well.
Yeah. Wow.
And they got the W. And they got the first place finish.
True.
Listen, Bamza. Why were we not talking about Bamza?
Yeah, Bamza. Why were we sleeping on Bamza?
What did we do? I'm sorry. Okay. So we're gonna basically summarize that first game as our eyes being opened to a team called Bamza, who decided that they were going to target Nibble Esports and ATK and take the W. Simple, easy.
Just like that.
No big deal. No big deal. Okay, so how do we break that down going into the second map? Because now Nibble Esports and ATK have been shunned. Look, Nibble picked up a lot of kills. ATK didn't have an opportunity to really put their best foot forward because they only loaded in with 2 players. Unfortunately, Dastwika was the only player that timed out in the connection into the lobby.
Yeah.
You literally can't get worse luck than that. So moving into this one, how are we going to see them now take it back? Because now surely they're hungry, a little bit angry, probably, maybe just a little bit, and they want the W.
Yes. So, I mean, I hope that they can all load in this time. Again, it's so situational, right? Like, Nibble aping that fight, obviously on high momentum. They've pretty much been around the entire map already, taken a whole bunch of kills. They're feeling good, and they get to that team. Victrix, shout out to them, doing an incredible job. A50 staying alive with like this much HP. Staying alive, they fought them to the death. And that gave Bamza just enough time to get in there with them being so low on health. They managed to clean up, get themselves some KP there, and put themselves in a really good spot in terms of that final zone. Early access, staying top 3, if I'm not mistaken. Project Rise and them, I don't know if it was 3rd or 4th for the 2 teams, respectively. But again, yeah, so they were in a weird spot because, like we said, they're playing the top of this hill. They were just kind of shooting everybody down. And they do get a really good finish in terms of position, but I don't know how much KP they got from that. So, yeah, let's see. Maybe we should keep our eyes on them as well. If they get a bit of a better situational advantage, we might see them do something crazy in the next game. Too Legit to Quit, also having some good fights. Who else did we see? Donut Legends went down in Skyhook, if I'm not mistaken, along with Vinko. Vinko also trying to stay alive as long as possible there. I think we could see something come from them as well. So, yeah. Again, it's all to play for right now because, yeah, game 1, everyone's feeling it out. It seems like everyone's got their middle finger on the W key right now. And I'm hoping they take it back a bit and just reassess what just happened. Project Rise, Daddy Cool did such a good job to get his teammates back up. And that got them that really high placement. Again, not so many kills they got, but really, really good that they got in to the top 4 there. Some good points making a comeback.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of potential coming through for this one, and I'm gonna be curious to see, how are they gonna react to this? Maybe they're gonna change drop sites. In terms of drop sites, actually, this is something that we mentioned briefly compared to the first set of groups. Wow, I mean, we had such a balanced set of teams going to drop sites. Really weren't many teams that were so on top of each other that we had to have those initial contests, that we had to have those initial teams dropping off. Like it was pretty balanced, like off of the get-go. Like we haven't had to complain.
Yeah,
We haven't had to complain.
but having said that, it was balanced, yet there was less teams fighting
In the
for
end,
zone positioning. It was more for kills. So when teams drop on top of each other, they run away and get position. It seems like when teams drop away from each other, they just all converge. They're like, the zone is already on 1 HP. It's killing us. We have to fight. Yeah, I don't know what the plan was there in terms of that. It was incredible to see them fighting so early. But again, you mentioned this. Some teams obviously aren't as experienced. They're trying out Apex. They're fairly new to the comp scene, and this is like a normal thing as well. It is also the first game for them, so it is nerve-wracking. They do feel like maybe just aggressing teams is going to be the better option. Playing for kill points can be like your choice as a team. I think they'd rather go in and get 5-6 kills and go out top 9 than get 1 kill and come out top 4. It's kind of a give or take. You have to decide which way you want to play, and I think every team picked the same way this time round, but let's hopefully see them change it up now. But yeah, drops, I think they'll probably do the same because they know they're not going to get, well, they've seen they don't get contested, and yeah, let's see if they keep it the same way. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it was weird to see, like, ATK had the entirety of Outlook. No one touched it. No one even went near it. I think the closest person we had was, towards Climatize or Fragment. Nibble... Also,
they were in Cypher.
Yeah, and fairly alone. Like, again, I think the closest we had was not even Harvester. I think it was Launch Site. We didn't really have anyone contesting them early on.
Yeah.
But they went hunting. They went hunting very, very soon. Tenchi found a rampage and just said, I want to just Tenchi in those rampage shots.
I don't know if you noticed, but all of them were running rampage. Like, absolutely ridiculous. I think Chambi eventually dropped it for a wingman, but the rampage mastiff, it looks like that's the meta. Screw the flatline. Rampage is where it's at. I don't know why no one's playing Rampart. Where's the Ramparts at? I think we should get some Ramparts in here. If I'm mistaken, you do get quite a big buff if you're playing Rampart and you run the LMG. We can run Rampage and All-Star together as a Rampart. I think that's the new Revtane. You guys need to try that out for us. Let's just see absolute chaos.
That sounds like absolute cheese coming through. It's just gonna be pain. It's gonna be so much pain. But that is fantastic. I do want to put a little more focus onto Bamza as well. See, what were they doing? How did they end up achieving what they did? I mean, they literally found ATK. They ended up, I think they're fighting Victrix while Nibble was getting involved in that. They picked up Victrix. They picked up Nibble. They went on to just pick apart early access. They went apart to start picking apart Project Rise. They were more active, I feel like, towards that latter half than what we were memeing about early access, just peeking at every single person they could find. So I'm very curious to see if they're going to be taking that sort of same energy through into this one, because I feel like they've set themselves up now, right? They've gotten so many kills. They've gotten themselves a W on top of that. And they're currently like 4th in their group.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, they came to play. I'm telling you now, they came to play.
And that's what I love, right? Like, they literally, all of a sudden, they're just meshing today. Every single player is on form today. And hopefully they carry that on, because if they do, they really will secure that dominance and that fear. Because you do, obviously, when you're going in, you want to be the competitive one. You want to be the one taking the win. But when you see a team like Nibble, like ATK, the teams that we continuously put highlights on, to get like that is because they've done crazy things, right? So now Bamza is proving themselves to be one of those teams if they can continue to perform like this, where we are like, wow, you guys have to watch this team because they just go crazy when they need to. So hopefully we can see something crazy again. Again, Hawkeye, Kuzu, I don't know. I haven't seen them in any other tournaments. I don't know if you have personally.
No. It's exactly why I wasn't looking at them, because I was just like, I haven't seen these guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did they have experience? Yes, maybe.
So yeah.
But like you said, it felt more like a pug lobby. It felt more like a casual lobby. I mean, we only had like 8 teams when we still had 2 to 3 zone shifts happening. It was bizarre. Like, again, you would think because how they were so split apart that, look, they're going to take a while before they fall into each other. They're going to be able to loot up properly, and then we're going to have those final zones when we get to the final zone. It also didn't help that the zone literally avoided every single player it could find up until the end. So who knows? Maybe the zone is maybe just throwing. But second map up for this one. This is going to be good. I think this is going to be a map where things might flip on their heads, and we might be seeing, okay, these are the teams we should be looking out for. Maybe Bam Zere is on top of that list. Maybe not. Maybe that first game was just everything going their way. Maybe they actually have a few tricks up their sleeves that we're not ready for.
Yeah.
So Cam, who are you thinking? Top 3. Give me names.
Wow. Top 3, give me names. Okay, I wanna like I have to say that I love underdogs, and I feel like they were kind of underdogs in that situation. They weren't expected to come out and do crazy things, so they definitely there. If they can pull out another round like that, they are a force to be reckoned with. I want to see ATK with all 3 players in the lobby right now. They are also scary when they're on form, so I really hope that they can pull something together. And then, I mean, the elephant in the room is really Nibble. 3 of the best players. Apologies, I don't know why I thought 2. 3 of the best players in the country on the same team, about to do a madness. There is Tenchi that's just picked up Caustic. You won't believe me. Caustic, Crypto, Ash. So they've changed it up now. I don't know why. Maybe because of the team that they fought in the last fight. They got killed by that Caustic team. They decided, you know what, screw it. We're going to run this combo as well and see what we can do. So yeah, let's see what happens with that. ATK going for an Ash, Wraith, and Bloodhound? Did I see that correctly? Are they running both Wraiths? Is that a thing? That can't be a thing. Okay, no, it's not. No, it is a thing. They are running Wraith, Ash, and Bloodhound. Wow. Okay, so they're running both together. I haven't seen that before. So I'm pretty sure we'll see them go Overlook now, and we can see how they play this kind of setup, because I honestly don't know. Project Rise going for the same setup as last time. Binko with the same setup. So a lot of the teams playing with the pretty similar to they did first game, only some adapting. ATK heading over to Overlook right now. Nibble taking the whole of Lava Siphon again because that is their home. That's their stomping ground. There are 2 teams at Lava City and Big Mauda that are really close together. Just can't seem to get the team name. They're the Rejects. They also loaded in with 2 again, but the Rejects are very close to another team that is right next to them. And we are going to see what they get up to now, maybe getting into an early engagement, an early scuffle in this Lava City area.
Yeah, look, it might go a little bit crazy. So if we, see, mine's also not working with me. So Rejects here towards Lava City, and then of course right on top there towards Big Maud, if it will ever let me sit. Yeah, it doesn't like me. It doesn't like me let me click. Too legit to quit. So
yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Too legit to quit. Gonna have their time to loot up. Of course, landing at Big Maud. Always have a few extra goodies that you could be getting enough crafting materials. So we'll see how that one ends up. Once again, Nibble left to their own devices at Lava Siphon. No one is touching them. No one's getting close to them. Where did Bamza land? Are they this one team that has the worst possible color combination towards Overlook? No, that's ATK. So ATK is still towards Overlook once again, still not contested whatsoever. And listen, you're gonna have to help me. I cannot.
Where is Bamza? You are right. I literally don't know where Bamza. Oh yeah, they are in Skyhook. They are not in Skywalker Line. That is Hawkeye, not the other Hawk that I was thinking of. Did they actually load into this lobby? Are we completely blind? They are indeed here. They
Oh, they
are. They
are.
are
They
here.
are.
They
Fragment.
are here.
Okay, fragment.
They're just outside Fragment. Wow.
Yes. How many classes does it take to find one team?
Wow, that was incredible. I wanted to point out Victrix actually taking Fragment West and just running it completely. Big play there for them to just go straight in there. I think they saw no team was contesting it, so they decided it would be a good idea. They are playing the Fragment West side right now, but like we just saw, that Bamza team is heading into Fragment East. The zone is pretty much in the center of the map right now, slightly north. So teams will have to rotate a little bit north towards this. But could we be seeing a Fragment East-West final zone? I don't think it pulls here, but maybe it does. Could we see this? I don't know.
This is where you and I need a beacon scan. Like, please. Teams, if you
I'll
can
find
hear
this.
us, we need beacon scans. We need beacon scans. Ooh. Okay. Epicenter.
Wow.
Oh. Look, again, I feel like I saw a couple of these finishes last night. Actually, I think I saw 2 in a row, weirdly enough. And I feel like it gets pretty chaotic. The team that gets that high ground, the team that really sets themselves up early with those rotations, they can seriously take the game, because they've got so many angles to work with there towards Epicenter. So it's gonna be a good one. So let's take a look at this. Still a little bit of chaos going around here. Everyone's still trying to loot up. Of course, we got Bamza there towards Fragment East, right next to Victrix. As we mentioned, we might be seeing a Fragment and Fragment East, Fragment West, a little bit of battle around the lava. Everyone else making their rotations into zone. Nibble officially in zone as well. ATK going a little bit lower there towards Geyser. They might be running into the likes of a team that's still busy looting up, which is too legit to quit. So I'm wondering if they're heading towards that vault. Do we have vault keys, guys? Do we have vault keys? I like vault keys.
I don't know. Is that the play? Do they go for that? 2 purples and a blue. Do they want to go for the gold backpack maybe? Again, running this double wraith, which is just crazy
I'm so
to me.
interested.
Yeah, I
it's
really
like
want to
double
see.
movement and info.
Yeah, I'm confused. I'm like, did they pick this by mistake? Was there communication error? Was one supposed to pick with the actual wraith or the not wraith? I don't know, but it's gonna be cool to find out what exactly happens. But you are correct; they are gonna find themselves engaging with another team known as Too Legit to Quit. You said yes, and they're
heading
gonna
into the same
find them
place
in the
at the
tunnel.
exact same time. So,
Wow.
they're going to be meeting each other very, very shortly. It does seem like Too Legit to Quit. They have that information. Here comes the digital threat, the beauty of a golden 3 R99. That's why we love Big Mort. That's why we love the little goodies that we keep giving. Oh, unfortunately for Too Legit to Quit, it doesn't seem like they're doing enough damage. We've got 2 down. It's only Apex's life still alive. Too Legit to Quit right now. And, you know, I might just be speaking too soon.
Yeah, no, that was Das coming with the Mastiff there again. Mastiff seems to be the shotgun play. We've seen a few PKs here and there, but I think the Mastiff has definitely returned to its former glory as being one of the favorite shotguns in the game, because teams are absolutely destroying with this gun today. So many crazy Mastiff plays. Another attention to Project Rise playing on the left-hand side there by Lava Fisher. They might meet up with Nibble again in Landslide. So yeah, Rejects obviously just managing to miss ATK because both those teams went into the tunnel there. So at least they can get away and head up towards Outlook. Even though there's no loot in this area, unfortunately, guys, it has all been looted. But they look like they're ready to play the long game. They just want to get into the zone.
Sorry to cut you there, but Nibble and Vinko are about to hit each other.
Right.
Nibble literally just sent through the drone. They got the information and they're busy aggressing on that. But as we turn our attention to HTF, they're taking under, to say they're under a little bit of fire is let's just say it's sugarcoating the situation here, because right in epicenter, right where the zone is going to be pulling, they are taking fights left, right, and center, still trying so hard to just get a confirmation here. RO Fox literally just down to flesh. Ibis Heroes just desperately trying to find an angle here to work with. I mean, I feel like we're seeing that repeat of, you know, the nibble showdown that we saw earlier, but this time around it's HTF Gaming here with the longbows absolutely beaming. And I mean here, oh no, as I said it, Nibble, here we are. Jamie down to flesh.
Yeah, no, they are obviously playing the low ground here, so it's very tough for them to fight this team up top. These rocks are just not enough cover for them, and they're actually going to find themselves running away a bit, kind of trying to disengage, because Project Rise has the better... Sorry, Vinco has the better positioning here. Crypto ulti coming in, hopefully get some cracks, maybe give themselves time instead of running in, but Vinco actually just aggressing right now. Orison taking a ton of damage from Tenchi on that car. Radical's got the Spitfire in hand, the Rampage in hand, sorry. Got also with his Rampage in hand, Rampage versus Rampage right now. Who's going to be the one on top? Got no health here. Car finishing up the one. Tenchi and Chambi taking some shots. Chambi with the mad on iron beams. Who needs a sight, right? You just need iron sights. It's crazy. Doing some beams with the flatline as well. Tenchi and Chambi destroying Radical, and they got one more to go. Can they finish off the rest of Vinco Gaming, which is the Crypto? He's running for his life, and that's it. Kano will be out. Wow.
Oh, that's
they looked like they were on the back foot.
They did. They
looked like they were on the back foot, and somehow they managed to turn it around. 2 cover, 1 gets the battle, and just like that, they back in the game. Project Rise rotating through Skyhook here. No KP yet, so I don't think they've found any fights. They are going to be rotating into a lot of teams, though.
Yeah, no,
we see Donuts ahead of them. We see a solo Ranger David ahead of them, and we see Victrix. So this is going to be interesting. It's not a solo, apologies. Point 1 Esports. I could only see one name tag. Point 1 and Donuts about a fight. Do they know that they're coming in right behind them? Hello, guys. Donut? We are behind you. Would you like Krispy Kremes? We have. Are they not pushing in? Okay, well, point 1, finally seeing them, I think, and about to take this engagement. Project Rise will probably come in for the third party as well, because so many teams are in that area. Donut actually dipping through, going back into Skyhook now. Up and around, but there's a charge rifle shooting them. I think that is Project Rise inside Skyhook. It is.
Yeah, Project Rise looking for a little bit of action here. They want to get involved. They want to have an opportunity to pick up some kills, because it's been pretty quiet for them so far. I think this might be the first bit of action, and Daddy Cool with the triple take, going to be breaking shields left, right, and center. A little bit of a bombardment coming through with the other team, trying to get a little bit of space here, trying to give themselves a bit of breather, because they need to reset and they need to be prepared for this fight. Project Rise looking for the aggression here. The redeploy is not going to be working here. Donut down to only just a slight bit of health to work with. That bat needs to be popped off again. Working with blue and white shields, not a good time. And oh, you need to be careful. Daddy Cool's in your building. Daddy Cool's looking for the connection here. Who's going to be finding that track? Enough going down, and now, oh, it's a little bit of chaos as we're turning our attention to Daddy Cool actually being taken down by none other than Nibble. Oh no, all of a sudden, Project Rise's dreams and hopes all in the gutter, because Nibble Esports have just decided to get the third party of a lifetime. They're looking to take out Project Rise. They're looking to take out anyone and everyone they can find at this moment in time. Donut Legend still alive with just the Donut. The Alex Donut alive and well, going to be ratting it out for the time being, because those banners are not going to be recovered. This is now an area that belongs to Nibble. Don't touch it.
I mean, yeah, I don't even know where Nibble was. they were in countdown. They now got through to Skyhook, and yeah, they just finished up their third party. I think Project Rise just took a little bit too long. They were poking with that damage against Donut, and then they aggressed onto Donut, but it just was a little bit too late. But Daddy Cool is still alive. Is Goose going to opt to go back in? No. He is going to take the tunnel and head to zone. I think Daddy Cool said, "Leave me, soldier. I will have to die here, unfortunately." And just as he said that, Bams are getting in a fight right now. They have one down. Go for the bubble res quickly, while Hawkey tries to keep him alive. And that's another team out. They managed to get the res. I think there was a third party.
Yeah, no, look, there's going to be a lot of third parties, because as we're looking at that zone, everyone flocking to the epicenter. It's only 80k that's actually just decided to run away. It seems like they're on the heels of Victrix Gaming, and as I say that, we've got Tenchi getting kill leader, we've got Dustwika with the flatline deciding that, you know what, I'm going to be beaming and dreaming with this flatline, just chasing anyone and everyone down, just literally by a second of a hair. That shield popping through, and the hunt is officially on. 80k are thirsty for this one. They've already got a couple of kills that they've been picking up, but they want another full team to add on to those kill points, and you can see they are hungry for this one. Absolutely just a beautiful coordination coming through from 80k, taking the building, and the massive shots are saying goodbye. Thank you. don't come again because I will kill you again. Epicenter going absolutely crazy so far, and I think that's Victrix Gaming that's actually unfortunately feeling the brunt.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was all of them. Wait, this Gibby is still alive and running. Oh, there we go. There we go. That was the last one. That was a confirmation kill, yeah. Victrix unfortunately getting taken out. That's some good kill points for ATK on the board, but now Nibble again ready in the position for the third party. They know exactly where the teams are fighting. He actually opts not to shoot there. Don't give away the position because they know there's another team, but they are playing on the edge of zone. They have height. They have a great position here, and we'll be able to see what they can do on the edge of this zone. Again, 3 or 4 teams in Epicenter already. Easy Access has been at the top of the Epicenter tower, I think, since the beginning of the game. So they are big chilling there, not in a rush for anything. Nibble and ATK fighting it out right now. This is a fight we would have loved to see at the end. The Ash is taking so much damage. Tenchi going crazy with a flatline. They are going to chase him down. They're going to have to. He tries to hit his ultimate. That's the Dash Wicker with a shot with the massive Chambi takes him out. And there's only one left alive if I'm mistaken. Dast and Rexu going down. Volcano is the only one up. He's just going to have to run because they need to play for placement. It's still 10 squads left. There's not enough points. And Nibble will back out and go for some more kills somewhere else.
Let's see a red vault in the hands of Nibble, so I'm a little bit worried for everyone else. Ibos Heroes very close to the action as well. And as we look at it, Nibble Esports now taking a rotation on into the zone. Bamza as well, just making it in. Goose somehow, some way still alive into this one, ratting it out. Might be running into Bamza though, so that will... Ooh, I really hope that's not going to be the case. Oh no, Goose. No, Goose, please turn around. Please, Goose. No. Stop.
Right here.
I wish you could see the mini-map. Stop going this way. The sound cues are going to be there. He knows exactly that there's a right on top of him, and I mean, there's a rat, a caustic rat. You stick out just a little tiny bit, so please be careful. In that yellow suit, it's not the best one in snow cover. Let's take our attention actually to Nibble, who's also found another team and looking to get the confirmation. Tenchi, what are you doing with that flat line? Going to be taking out Oro Fox, and all of a sudden, Nibble have found an open here. They've got one down. Now they need to push on over to the rest of the team, and Tenchi with the flat line. I feel like that's all I'm going to be saying tonight. Here comes Chambi, though, to show me what else they can do. The Mastiffs are out. The confirmation is through. 9 squads left alive at the moment. I'm gonna break my mic. Cam, please.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Nibble just going absolutely crazy. Those flat lines, those R301s, and again, the Mastiff to confirm the kill. Thomas Moore chilling on the edge here. He's got his long bro, J-bro, but they're getting touched by the zone. They're gonna have to move in just the tiniest amount. They are gonna have to fight their way into the zone before they get to Epicenter. Reject still alive, getting some huge damage with that flatline onto a team there. It seems like they're purely trying to play placement right now. They do actually have 2 KP, which is nice. Some nice extra points for them. Gonna just heal up here, almost onto the purple. J-Bro again, just playing on the edge here. Sentinel pick, which is interesting. He's actually charging it up. He's ready to crack some shields with the Sentinel. Oh, and he doesn't connect that shot just yet, but he's going for another peek now. Again, not getting... Oh, but he gets stuck with the Arcstar. He has to run away from his team. He's so close to dying right now. There's a Gibby dropping on him from somewhere else, and they're taking shots from Bamza. Bamza do get the knock there, and a great third party from them with the ultimate ability. Do they know that Rejects is just around the corner as well? They could potentially pick up another 2 kills if they aggress onto this.
I don't know how Goose has done it, but he's still alive. This one, I thought I'd point it out. And as we talk about it, Bams are going to be finding a little bit of connection, a little bit of something, getting a confirmation and taking us to 7 squads, but making enough noise for Reject to say, how's it going? I'm going to take your armor, thank you very much. An immediate turnaround coming from Bamza to say, just back off. We're setting up here. We're trying to get back into this one. That Gibby's not going to be alive for long. Kuza goes down, and Rejects is putting on all the damage into this action right now. They are looking for a confirmation. They want to get a little bit of revenge for all of the teams that Bamza were third-partying in that first map. And look at the damage coming back from Hawkeye. Absolutely fighting tooth and nail to stay in this one. Rejects. A little bit of a calm into the storm, a lot of noise being made here, and a lot of teams now getting involved in a fight of their own. Of course, Nibble Esports, one of the teams that we're going to be talking about, as there's so many teams around them at the moment. They're going to be having the high ground, but just around the corner, it's early access. Like, everyone is clustered into this small area.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely crazy. Rejects doing so much damage there onto the Bamza team. They really got lucky to get the knock, but of course, if it was a 3v3 situation, maybe it would have been different. They would have been able to aggress, but they knew that they had to pull out. Too bad that they're in between a rock and a hard place, because now when they rotate to the right, point one Esports is waiting on the other side. R301 in hand, beams coming in. He is flesh. I think the zone is quite sore if it touches you, so they're going to have to move in, but the team on the bridge might go down here. They're going to try and get the finish. The Wraith portal is coming through into the final zone. They do also have to be careful of the team in the middle. Rejects goes down to Bamza in the end of that fight. Bamza got pretty good position here. They are a little bit open. Hope they can get some back off, but they're actually getting farmed here by point one Esports. The Valkyrie thing coming in. Oh my goodness. Nibble just watching this all unfold from the tower. It's absolutely insane.
Absolutely insane indeed. I mean, the team that's got the better rotation and position at the beginning of the zone, of course, is the team that you would expect to win, right? That's currently early access. They've got such a beautiful position right now with all of the overview of what's going on around them. You can see it's Hawkeye actually using that to their advantage and getting a couple of shots. There's a Spitfire in the hand of, oh no. As soon as we see those red weapons, we know something's going to happen. Hawkeye, though, maybe biting off a little bit too much than what he could actually chew. Taking a little bit of damage, but we've got 6 squads remaining, so this is the time now. The teams need to just compose themselves. But make that 5, as I was going to say. 5 squads remaining, and we know how those third parties go. Buster just chopping away at anyone and everyone, getting those red shields and immediately losing them to the remaining bullets that are flying at his face. They are currently holding the kill leader. So if they can take this, they're going to be setting themselves up to a whole new set of points.
Yeah, just to take note, Goose is still alive somewhere at the bottom of Epicenter. I can see him slightly on the minimap. He's in between all the mess there. You can't actually see him, but he is hiding and trying to stay alive for this top 3 finish again for them. Do you see him? Crazy. I see that Volcano is actually still alive as well. He just taken out Hawkeye, which is absolutely insane. So that means ATK is still alive as well. He's coming in here. Volcano doing mad work right now in this top 4 situation. Going for the armor swap. He has beacons as well. Could he go for potential late res in the situation? That would be absolutely crazy because, I mean, distraction-wise and just if your teammates manage to hit the ground running. Yeah. Oh, here's Goose. He might spot out Volcano. He's been manifesting. Oh, he gets hit with an arc from the Ash, and now he sees Volcano. Is he going to be able to rat harder? He needs to manifest the pickle energy. He's getting beamed though, and he's trying to stay out the zone right now. He finds a good spot here, and he can stay alive. Chambi actually takes out Volcano, and Gutbuster takes out Aches, and it is now Nibble versus Bamza.
And Goose. Don't forget Goose.
And
never
Goose.
mind.
Goose.
I don't know why I
takes
said
some shot onto
anything.
Tensi, but Tensi goes crazy on him and takes out Project Rise. Nibble winning the second game. I don't actually... That was chaotic again. It was chaotic again.
Okay, look, map 1 was tough enough when we had people dying to zone. Now we're having rats make it to 2nd place, and then Battle of the Rats just before Goose.
Goose
Goose is the new pickle.
Goose is the new pickle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
No, look, his team must be absolutely just shouting out of their minds that Goose managed to rat it out from it was like 13 teams or something.
Something
it
crazy.
happened early on, all the way to 2nd place.
That was absolutely crazy. Wow.
What do you want from a rat?
You can't ask for much more than that. I don't actually know what happened to that 3rd team that was in that as well. I'm assuming that Nibble just munched them somewhere in that whole massacre of everything that was happening. They got a ton of kill points there. They did a crazy job. Yeah, I mean, what more can you say? Goose did a really good job. Volcano obviously staying alive really long for ATK as well. Managed to get a top 4 finish there and some KP. So that's really good. But yeah, there was 4 squads left, and then there was 1 squad left. And then it was like, whoa, what is happening? But again, not these usual endings that we see where we find like 8 teams converging, Gibby ults, bubbles popping, there's just shotguns in faces. We haven't seen as much of that, and I think that'll come throughout the stages. This is more just chaos. Like everyone's just going for kills. It's been, I don't know. It's been crazy. I'm actually lost for words. I don't know what happened. I don't know what
Look,
happened.
we said it at the beginning, right? There's a few casual teams mixed in, of course, because we filtered down from like 180 teams. There's bound to be, you know, a few new teams. There's bound to be a few casual teams, maybe a couple of friends who decided, hey, you know what, let's give Apex a try. Maybe it's new competitive teams that are making this their first step into the competitive scene. So there's a few learning curves available for a few of the players, and that does mean that we get these crazy results. Once again, I feel like these two groups, are just going so much faster than what we saw in the previous set, which is ironic once again when we consider that they're so beautifully spread up across, you know, the map, that they don't actually they shouldn't find each other until towards, you know, the latter half. So I don't understand how we're still ending up with like five squads with like four zones still remaining.
Yeah.
How is this happening? So, like, is someone in chat, maybe can you guys give us some help here, because we're screaming our absolute throats out. You know, our minds have been lost already on the first map, at least for me. I don't know about Cam. So yeah, we need your help. So if you guys know, just let us know, because we need some help.
Yeah, maybe useful something that we didn't see, because yeah, like trying to do the play-by-play. I mean, we're trying to see what's happening in that final zone, and yeah,
yes.
I literally don't know what happened. It was just nibble. Like, they honestly dominated. Again, huge shout out to the other teams. They did a really good job. Bamza, again, not sure where they finished, because they were there and then they weren't. So I'm not 100% sure. Action broke out like crazy.
Okay, they finished on third. Around, killed Bamza, and I was gonna say, oh no, here comes Bamza and the poor Goose.
Yeah.
Bamza goes out. Goose somehow is the last remaining member.
And then they finished him off as well. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Look,
wow.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Look, that's, but I mean, again, we were expecting. It's nibble.
Yeah. Yeah. We were expecting them to come out firing on all cylinders like they do. They did a really good. They I think, you know, it was more like a revenge aspect. First round, yeah. We got third party. Do you know what? Actually, stuff this. Now we will show you how we're gonna play Apex. And again, traversing the whole map, taking all the fights, getting a lot of kills. It
was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. But again, like a team like Project Rise, getting some really good points there from coming second. Sometimes that's all you need, is that rat play. It might seem easy, guys. Like from where you are, it might seem easy to just sit in a corner. Goose was fighting for his life. From 13 teams left, he had to crouch, duck, dodge, dive. He pulled up on Bamza right above him and still didn't get spotted. Like, it's not easy to do. So yeah, he managed to stay alive long enough to get his team a really good amount of points, and that should put them in a good position. Coming to this final zone, what are we thinking? Who do you want to see take it home? Obviously, we know who's dominating, but do you think someone has something that they can pull out the bag? Is there a team that we haven't seen enough of, and they're going to do something crazy now?
I mean, I feel like it's obvious. I'm waiting for ATK.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, Project Rise, look, it's a team that, you know, we were talking about. We were waiting for them, because also in their group currently, they are second. They are second to Nibble Esports, which, based on what we've just seen from Nibble Esports, I don't blame them. You know, like, hey, whatever. But in Group B, we've got ATK, we've got Bamza, and we've got the Rejects. Rejects, I'm also waiting for a little bit more. They were doing so much damage in that fight with Bamza. I think they were, honestly, they were the first team that we had that we'd seen today that did the damage back to Bamza as equally as what they were dishing out. I feel like as a duo, you know, they were really popping off. So I hope that they're going to be coming into this one with the full squad. That would be nice. But also ATK, the first game, duos unlucky. What are you gonna do? The second game, again, I don't know what happened to them. We ended up only seeing Volcano towards the end. I don't know how
I remember.
Lost them.
Sorry, I don't want to cut you off. I remember what happened. They fought Nibble just outside Fragment, and Chambia and Tenchi dropped on them from that hill and managed to pick up Rexu and Dast. And I think Volcano just managed to get out again using his Wraith port. Do they change up their playstyle now? Do they not go with double Wraith? I keep saying double Wraith. Do they go with Ashe and Wraith now? Because I mean, surely that is more of a, it can be an aggress play, but it can also be a very passive play, like it's a way to get out of a gunfight. Now, as soon as they started getting picked off by Nibble, they needed to get out of dodge immediately, and they weren't able to escape. Is that where a movement legend like Octane gets you a bounce pad? Yeah, they can shoot you out the sky, but in that kind of dense city fragment east area, you might be able to hit the bounce pad, get behind a wall, and kind of just get running, you know? Whereas now they were literally sitting ducks at the bottom of the hill, trying to heal. I saw that Ashe was trying to get the port down, but again, that the way you have to stick it down is annoying, you know? It can be very frustrating. It's like a Pathfinder zip. You're looking, you're looking for something to stick. So I think he got stuck. Yeah, literally, he got stuck, couldn't stick, and then they were sitting there like, oh, how do we get out of here? They die, and Volcano's left alive. So it's tough. It's tough. I really do hope they can pull something out the bag now. We know they have the ability to. Is it the same as a DNMK situation? They go down the first 2 games, not as great as they would have wanted, and the last game, their backs are against the wall. They want to give us a show, and they come out. I hope we can see that same side of them now. So yeah, let's see what they do.
Look, that would be the perfect opportunity. Then we'd have a very similar setup of what we did in the first, set of games, where we had a different winner for every single map. We haven't had a repeat winner. So either way, if we have Banza or we have, Nibble actually taking this 3rd win, we have something new for the evening. We have a repeat winner, which we haven't seen so far, at least yet in the games that we've been streaming. So I'm keen. I also want to see a little bit more from Vinco. I feel like they had a really beautiful, coordinated, first push when we saw them in the game 1. I didn't get to see them too much in the second game, obviously getting taken out, but there was some good coordination there. And I feel like they really had a good target call, so I really want to see a little bit more from them. Victrix Gaming as well. They were unlucky. They've been so unlucky tonight. So let's see what's going to happen in the 3rd and final map for our last group for today. This is it. This
final
no more
game.
Apex after this. No more Apex for today. Tomorrow is another day. So let's see what's going to be happening. Last map for EGL 1 Apex. First day of Golden Tier that we're going to be streaming, and it's been so good so far. Of course, all of this is brought to you and powered by Evesports. Brought to you by Evesports, powered by EveTech, HP, and Omen. You think the amount of times I've said that tonight, I would know how to say it by now.
No, you got this. You got this. I still don't know how to say it, so it's fine. That's why I'm not saying it. So yeah, it's really good. But yeah, let's see what happens. Really excited to get into this final game. It's gonna be exciting.
Definitely going to be a good one. I'm also I wonder if we're going to be seeing a little bit of a change of heroes. Like you said, is ATK still going to take that, what do you call it, double Wraith setup?
Yeah, exactly. Like, do we see that again? I don't know. Why? I want to explain it. I want to be the guy that tells you.
Want someone from ATK to come now and tell you why.
Yeah, I'm going to go and ask them after. I'm going to say, guys, can you please explain to me the strat that was happening? I don't... Okay, thank goodness. They've changed it. They've gone for the good old Season 1 meta, the Gibby, the Wraith, and the Bloodhound. This is the OG setup. We love to see it. It's going to be good. Nibble's gone for their same setup. What has Project Rise and Bamza decided to do? I don't know yet. As we fly over, I'm going to tell you now what they are doing. I can't actually see it. Oh, okay, same setups from everyone. Same setups from them. Flight path, how are we looking? Straight down south towards the thermal station. It is also a blue drop. So teams, do they opt to go for some higher tier loot? Do they just stray away from their normal spot? Or do they keep going the same? Keep it simple, keep it the way it's been working. And run it like that.
That is going to be the question. So let's take a look and see where everyone's going to be landing for the time being. We do see Victrix actually taking countdown. Oh, I do. Is that ATK? I don't know if the colors keep changing. Is that keep playing a trick on me?
They've taken Fragment.
They've taken Fragment instead of Overlook this time around. So starting off a little bit interesting. Nibble sticking to the guns, taking Lava Siphon, and Bamza. Bamza actually going Harvester this time. Very close to Nibble. And with that zone pool, I think we're going to have a very interesting game in terms of rotations. All of the big teams that we're waiting for, they're already in zone, or basically next to zone. So they're going to be setting themselves up quite nicely. We still got quite a few teams there towards Skyhook. Obviously, early access, who were absolutely so active towards that latter half of the zone. They are looking very, very happy indeed, but very close to a few of the teams. I think, again, this big Maud Lava City battle, like, we kept waiting for it. We were hyping it up, you know, here between Two Legit to Quit and I think the Rejects. It didn't happen. They just avoided each other. Is it going to happen this time?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. It's interesting though. Victrix deciding to go for Thermal Station. They got a good rotation in here. I'm really hoping that they can get some momentum going in this last game as well, because they've been doing a lot of damage. They have been making some good plays. I just think that they've got unlucky with a few of their situations. So let's see what they can do, if they can get some nice loot down here in the thermal station. We're getting a scan coming in here from staging. I'm assuming that is indeed Project Rise. So let's see what the zone is looking. I don't have the scan. Maybe I'm dumb. I don't know. We got a Loba ult though. Loba ult's always good. Managing to get the ammo. They're the only team that plays with the Loba, which interests me. And what also interests me
was, but it wasn't as consistent as them.
Yes, true. Also, the thing that interests me is that Bamza is pulling up on them right now, like immediately. They have decided that they are choosing violence today. They woke up and had cornflakes with no sugar in. They decided, you know what, this is it. I'm done. I'm mad. They're coming for Project Rise early on. I don't know if Project Rise have seen them yet, but this is going to be a very crucial early engagement for them if they can win this or maybe get away.
Project Rise seem way too chilled if they did see them. I feel like if they did see, they'd be a little bit more frazzled. They'd be a little bit more, you know, moving around, getting a bit of cover. They just seem like they're looting. And the path that Bamza are taking, ooh, we might be turning... Yeah, we might be turning away. I don't know. They seem a little bit... I guess they're still kind of trying to decide if they want to take this investment or not, if they want to move back to Harvester, maybe move on forward into the zone a little bit more. And again, they don't have the zone information that we do. Vinko Gaming, though, coming up here as well. Going to be starting a little bit of a party themselves. So we've got some fun times. We've got some fun times happening here towards Countdown, of course. And I mean, the team that they're busy working with is Thomas Moore, which also we haven't had an opportunity to really watch them show us what they've got. But let's see.
Yeah, let's see. Like, maybe they do pull something
never
out.
Mind. We're hyping everything up for nothing. Vinko's just running away.
Oh no, are you kidding?
You see,
come
we
on,
should
guys.
Start hyping up fights, and then they'll maybe happen.
Okay, so we're not going to talk about the fights anymore. And they've all left each other alone. Oh no. Rejects heading up to Dome here. Gold shield in hand already and a blue, not too bad. Wingman Massive, I mean, I think that's the combo he's going for. So they seem to be looted up. It looks like they're going to the small side of the zone. Just double checking if anyone is in Dome. Let me tell you guys. Oh, there is a team there. I'll tell you guys now. There's a team there. Just be careful. But yeah, no, they're going to play this short side of zone. The team that is there is this team. No. Oh my goodness. It's three. Now there's three teams. They're pulling up now as well. Obviously, that Volk passive being able to see the two guys from Rejects in the area, and they're actually going to engage in a fight now.
Okay, are we really though? We're not just baiting me and Cam into thinking there's a fight going to happen here. Because
we wait.
It went very quiet as soon as you said there's going to be a fight, and I'm just like, yo. I never thought that we could cast this curse everyone out of fights.
Yeah, we should just get a cricket, actually. Make cricket noises and watch Donut as they sit in Dome. Donut being very patient here, not actually aggressing. Rejects has gone around now. They were pushing, they're not pushing, they're now in a van. I don't know what's happening.
I'm not saying a fight's happening, but you know, maybe they can spot someone. Just give us a fight! Thank you! I asked for it. Rejects finding a little bit of something here towards the bus. Too Legit to Quit is going to be frazzled and a little bit anxious with all of those bullets coming through. They're not feeling too good in terms of loot. 2 whites and a blue to work with here, but they've got some lovely guns, of course, being the Rampage and R99, Sapphires in hand, 301s, everything is setting themselves up for a good fight. Rejects, though! Whoa! Zero Flex getting the shield break. And all of a sudden, we needed to quit. What are we doing here? We're a little bit stuck between a rock and a hard place because if they rotate out, I mean, surely Donut is hearing all of the commotion. Surely they have an understanding that there might be a team coming their way. So right now, an absolute sandwich here for Too Legit to quit.
Yeah, Too Legit has put themselves in a really sticky situation. I think they rotated into this caravan on purpose, and now they are stuck between two different teams. Rejects obviously shooting them through the window, and Donut chilling on top of a dome.
Script from Donuts, just by the way.
They are, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they get out of this. They really need to try and make a plan. Another interesting thing right now that's happening is ATK are about to get sandwiched between Nibble and Bamza. This is really, really bad for them. Double Wraith now. They need to get out of here. They have the portal in hand. Rexu does go down because there's just too many teams fighting in the small area. They are literally directly between two. They managed to get him out with the port. Bamza might actually engage with Nibble here because Nibble has just exited Harvester. This could be the biggest three-way fight before an end zone that we've ever seen.
Yeah, and to add things on top of everything, Thomas Moore's also just right on behind the heels of Bamza. But let's turn our attention to what's happening on screen here. Bamza taking an absolute huge amount of damage as they're trying to engage ATK. And for the time being, Nibble playing the smart game. They're peeking and prodding. They're not going to get involved. They're not going to make an investment. We're just going to peek away here with the Hemlock, try and get a couple of knocks. When if we are Chambi, it's pretty easy to do so, apparently. Taking this through now, confirmation there and done and dusted. Now, they just pull back. They've done enough. They've taken a kill off of Bamza. ATK is busy running away. Thomas Moore is running on right behind Bamza, trying to get a third party going here, and it seems they might be able to do so. Too Legit to quit our fish in a barrel. Now the fights are absolutely breaking out, and let's turn our attention to Victrix Esports finding Project Rise and Falcor taking down Daddy Cool at the time. So unfortunately now here for Project Rise, it's not looking too healthy. It's not looking too healthy, at least until Magistrin comes through and takes a knock alongside Goose. All of a sudden, it's a 1-1.
2v2 situation. Goose has got 1 HP right now. He is a caustic though. He's going to take a shot to shoot his barrel. Maybe have time to hit a medkit while Mal goes after the rest. I don't know if they managed to dip out now. I think they have. Yeah, well, at least Project Rise will be able to get everybody back up. Now there's another fight breaking out just on the outside of Fragment. HTF Gaming has lost one, and they are about to fight another inside the building. He's got a teammate looking out on the side, but he gets completely destroyed by Cyberstorm with the charge rifle. Absolutely disgusting. Early access, trying to get some KP right now and take another squad out. It looks like, yeah, it's just like a mad scuffle right now. Teams all over the place just fighting. The dome fight is still breaking out between Too Legit to quit Donut and Rejects. Too Legit has finally got the Volk out. They managed to get out of that caravan, and they can finally reposition inside Dome. Donut again, not just chilling, taking some shots with the Sentis, 5 points off of an upgrade on his shield, and I think that's kind of the game they're playing right now. They're in it for the long haul. Again, not the best shields, but hopefully over time they'll be able to pick some off. I just noticed that Nibble have just walked through this area, and there is no more ATK or Bamza.
I was just about to say, I lost them. I completely lost them. They've turned their attention to what I thought was going to be the third party onto Bamza, which is Thomas Moore. They're busy taking quite a bit of damage. They're giving a lot of teams some great time to just rotate on through to the zone, while Nibble Esports are just picking and prodding and taking apart anyone and everyone they can find. 10 squads alive, and everyone is so close to start a fight, but no one really wants to, because we need to prioritize some zone rotations here. Of course, Thomas Moore, haven't seen much of them. Haven't seen some kills coming through for them. So I think either in terms of placements or in terms of kills, they definitely have a big opportunity here to take it a notch up. And that zone, how that zone is going to pull, it's going to be so open. There's literally a tunnel with a vault. That's the only cover we've got.
Yeah, and a lot of lava on the floor there. So again, the actual floor space is not that much to work with. You better hope that you have a Gibraltar with you or a Valkyrie so you can just fly into the sky. But yeah, speaking about that ATK and Bamza, I don't know who actually took them out. I'm assuming they just got into multiple gunfights at the same time. And yeah, Nibble's the one left standing. and definitely favorites to win this now because of the teams left alive. Project Rise also alive, and we got the rejects here in Lava City, taking some shots down at a team that are running into the train station. Massive crack from Zero. I almost just choked on an R301. That was absolutely insane. My goodness. And now we got our eyes on Vinco Gaming. They are also, they are the ones that were getting some bullets shot at them. Project Rise also on the other side of Dome, hopefully putting themselves in a better position here. All three are up. They got the Loba ult coming down. Can they just take a second, breathe a bit, grab what they need? Because they can definitely make some waves in this lobby if they can just stay alive long enough to put themselves in a good spot. You know, they need to be in that final zone with more than just Goose in a corner. They all need to be alive so that they can do some damage.
You got a good point. I mean, Goose has managed to get to second place, you know, all by his lonesome. Now imagine what he can do with the rest of his team still alive and well. Project Rise trying to find an angle here. It does seem like Nibble is gatekeeping one of the teams trying to make a rotation in, which is none other than Point One Esports. So Point One Esports stuck in the zone right now, and the only way they get back into safety is through Nibble. So yeah, I don't think that's happening. They've got one player left alive. It's not going well. So we'll turn our attention from that little massacre and what's happening here with Donut Legends? They're actually in a little bit of a fight with Nut going down at the moment. They're down to 2 people remaining. It's just not a good time. Confirmations coming through, and Donut Legends somehow, some way have turned this around. Wow, I feel like we're blinking and we're seeing teams drop.
Yeah, literally. I mean, everyone is just taking fights with everybody right now. Again, no one seems to be worried about the actual zone. It's more of just like a free-for-all. Whoever wants to fight, yeah, come at me. Let's go. Everyone's kind of scavenging for some points, I guess, because the KP is so important. Rejects again, both of these guys staying alive, doing such an incredible job to stay put, you know, when they have one less player, getting another crack there, doing so much damage onto these teams, really doing a good job griefing. As we look at this zone, it's very interesting. Most of it is empty. All the teams are on the very outskirts of the original zone, and I'm assuming when they come in, it's going to be a mad scuffle for positions. And like you said, such an open area. This volcano area is very, very open. You covering behind rocks here and there. Other than that, there's not much to work with. So, yeah. We're going to have to see what these teams can do.
Yeah, Nibble's still doing a little bit of gatekeeping here. I can see Ranger David still trying desperately to try and get into zone. Early access busy taking a little bit of a fight here. X still alive and well, but for how long? That hash ult coming through in clutch just to get a little bit of high ground, but there's a wild wraith behind you. Goodbye. I'm so sorry. Again, I wanted to point this out. Rejects have been a duo this evening, right? Yeah. And they've been scary. They've really literally been chasing teams, putting out some massive damage. So, I mean, there's a very good reason that they were currently second in their group. And here come Project Rise. As we were saying, we were waiting to see what they can do. Daddy Cool, though, needs to be careful because there's wild sniper shots going left, right, and center. 7 squads left in a blink of an eye. Still a couple of solos and still a couple of shots that need to be put into bed because I don't know. We've got one rat. We've got Thomas Moore somehow, somewhat way still alive and well and still trying to make a rotation into zone, busy fighting Ibis heroes. We got again. I'm loving the rats tonight. I feel like we've just had an absolute treat in terms of rats.
We really have. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say. Pickle has just manifested some crazy rat energy. We've had Goose, we've had Ranger. Let's see what Ranger can do here. I mean, oh no, Chambi spotted him. Oh no, Chambi's not going to let this one slide. Spitfire, and there he goes. Unfortunate for not for Chambi, for Ranger. He didn't manage to manifest enough Pickle, but it's fine because Project Rise, they have the caustic, right? So they've actually, okay, never mind. They're just going to take the fight. They're not going to choose to play their building. They're going to attack Donut Legends building. And Daddy Cool going in right now with his flatline. He's ready to take some shots. He gets some huge beams on the Valkyrie. She's cracked outside. There's a thermite on the floor. PK coming in. He needs to get this shot to connect. He knocks one. Whereas the second one, Goose is going to be doing some work with him. They take out another. Third one coming up. And there the raid goes. Oh, Daddy Cool managing to clutch it up. Reviving both his teammates super duper quickly. And that's 3 squads left. Nibble going to be rotating in now. And no ways. You won't believe it. The duo squad of rejects in the top 3 right now, still alive. and looking to cause some damage here because they can really take this one away. If they can let these two teams of 3 fight, get a couple knocked, and they pull in, I mean, we could see a huge upset here from the rejects.
This is literally what I would love to see. So we've got Nibble, we've got Rise, and then we've got the absolute power duo from Rejects ready to get involved. So of course, Project Rise, one of the few teams that's actually in the new zone, ready and waiting, got one of the very few buildings at their disposal to work with. Nibble Esports still making a rotation through, thankfully, with the crypto. They got maybe a little bit more information that Gatbuster can provide them so they can make a beautiful safe rotation in. Maybe a little bit of a spicy or hot rotation, but it's a rotation nonetheless. And then, of course, the Rejects just holding this outside line, trying to avoid anyone and everyone as much as possible. And this is now the question that begs itself, as you mentioned, who's going to be taking that engagement first? Although, Nibble, very, very close to Project Rise at the moment. Just outside of that line, just outside of the buildings. They could be getting involved here, and if they do, it's the perfect opportunity, like you said, for Rejects.
Yeah, and I mean, it's Caustic versus Caustic as well. So Tenchi and Goose both on Caustic. Project Rise, Nibble. Yeah, are we going to see the ults pop out? Or we got a Spitfire in the hands of Chambi. I mean, his aim is already scary enough. Now he's got a Spitfire doing crazy damage onto the Valkyrie on the top. Going to take some more shots there. And, I mean, do they poke? Do they bait out the last squad? I don't know if they know where Rejects are. They probably don't. So, Scott Buster with the R301 Bruiser is insane. They need to actually just stay inside. They can't be peeking these angles. I think Nibble have got a really strong position, and they need to wait for the zone pool. The best thing for Project Rise to do... Oh, wow. Of course. Why wouldn't it circle around Chambi? Like, he doesn't know where the zone's going. Oh, wait, he does, because he was in the perfect spot. They are going to have to rotate towards Nibble. They might... Yeah. They might have enough space inside. I'm not sure if the indoors are still in the zone. But, yeah, this is going to be mad.
Just barely. I mean, you're basically placing all your bets into a singular building, and then how are you going to get out of that building once the zone encloses? I think the worst case for, I mean, we were vibing, right? We had Project Rise, we had Nibble taking a head-to-head. They were the only 3v3 squads remaining, and we were like, cool, Reject, you have an opportunity here to get involved. Not the case now. With that zone pool, they have to make the long rotation. They are the team outside, in the outskirts, behind the rotation. Now, Project Rise have an opportunity here to potentially take the fight still to Nibble, but Nibble's got so much space. Literally, all of the zone real estate belongs to Nibble. All of it. They've got the entire zone to themselves, and they're looking to keep it as much as possible. You can see that the whole team is just looking and peeking and waiting for a singular character, just to peek, just to say hello, and say hello to my 301. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, where is Rejects now? The perfect storm for Project Rise would be Rejects coming in and trying to take this fight onto Nibble. But Rejects are still far on the outside. They have a lot of rotating to do. And they have decided, oh, they're going to do the ults. Okay, this could be huge for Project Rise because if they come in at the perfect time, it could be a 5v3 situation if they're all aiming at Nibble. But, yeah, let's see what they decide to do. They're going to go inside the dome, outside. They're going to just land straight on top. Okay. Cool, that's a good idea. Land on top. They're literally just trying to play time as much as they can. Is this area playable? I don't see the...
Yeah, it's playable. What?
Wait.
Okay. I have been taught something new.
Are we sure it's playable? Is it not?
You're not getting a timer, so for the time being, the wild play's working. So they're going to be able to just chill and wait while Nibble and Project Rise take a fight to each other. It's 3 squads left remaining, and I can't believe this, but Rejects is playing the, I don't know, 2000 IQ, like, third-party play.
One of them's fallen down, though. Oh, is getting taken down. He's actually been knocked. Like Desire got him with the Mastiff. It's now a 2v2. Nibble has to draw all their attention to Rejects. This is exactly what I was talking about. Tenchi's got such low health. They managed to take out Zero Flex. Still one alive. Massive beams coming from Chambi. They do finish off the Rejects, but Project Rise have to attack now. They're going to attack. This is the perfect storm for them. Ult coming down from Goose. They're going to be pulling in right now to take on Tenchi and Chambi.
Oh, this is a 2v3 situation. The perfect storm, as you said, for Project Rise to take the W. They've been consistent. They've been so close in potentially getting a win tonight. And this is the closest, and this is the best opportunity I think they've had the entire night. We had all the hype from Goose, but now they have to face Tenchi and Chambi to get that final W. Or Tenchi bobbing and weaving with the bullets right flying past his face. And all of the chaos is about to ensue. That zone is closing up. Surely,
Just like that.
Seeing this.
Project Rise are on the high ground. They have the zone. Everything is in their favor right now. But we know Tenchi and Chambi are some of the scariest players in the game. Can they pull out this 2v3? Ash ult coming out. Is he going to opt to use it? He's going to put it right above them. So I think if they get the knock, they can ape immediately. Spitfire is so scary in the hands of Chambi, taking a lot of damage onto Project Rise. Still, he's deciding. He doesn't know if he wants to use it yet.
It's a scary investment though, because what he's gonna do is gonna take that ult. He's gonna land right on top of Project Rise, and if they're ready for it, then that's the goals. I was gonna say that's the goals done and dusted, but the golden 99 coming in clutch. Daddy Cool going down, and all of a sudden it is an absolute bloodbath that ultimately is gonna mean that Nibble Esports is gonna take 2 wins tonight and be the only repeat champion we've seen on the first night of streams for the EGL 1 Apex Gold tier streams. Woo! Wow. That happened.
Oh my god. I was so scared. That was like the worst nightmare for them because it happened. Everything they needed happened and they didn't aggress on that weakened position. They waited. I mean, I get the wait because you don't want to over-aggress. Like, oh, guys, we have zone. Let's not push. And then as soon as Daddy Cool pushed, Tenchi drops his ult. The gas comes out, destroys Daddy Cool. And then both of them, again, so coordinated, such good players. They both aim at Mel or Majestatron. And then they both aim at Goose. And it just like that. GG's. But yeah, well played to Nibble. Well played to Project Rise. They stayed alive, and a huge well played to the rejects for staying alive for that long. I wish we saw them fall off the roof because they again, they did a really good job to get gut out. They got another kill point from that as well. So GG's.
Yeah, look, they did anything and everything they possibly could in that final little bit. And it was great. It was absolutely great. But that is going to be the last game of the evening done and dusted. So, I mean, Cam, thank you for casting with me. It was an absolute pleasure. And there's more games coming through tomorrow. So we had some insane games. And that was just 4 groups. We got another entire different 4 groups tomorrow with absolutely amazing games. And as you see, the lobbies we've got stacked, they're pretty crazy. There's some other teams that I'm still waiting for, and I want to see what they're going to be performing and showing us. So, same time tomorrow, we've got Snare and Tendo Plays going to be casting tomorrow. It's going to be absolutely, absolutely fantastic. And we're going to be starting at 7:30. I just got the time. I forgot the time. I don't know why. But join us again tomorrow. And absolutely congratulations to, of course, our Steam God giveaway. It was great to see it. Cam, what else can we tell them? Like, what else do you... Oh, scores. If you want to see the scores from tonight's game, you have to come back tomorrow. So there's another reason that you need to come back tomorrow.
Exactly. So yeah, and you got the powerhouses tomorrow. Snare, Tendo are going to be taking it away. It's going to be absolutely insane. Yeah, it is. Thank you so much. That was awesome. I really had a great time. It was so cool watching these teams battle it out on World's Edge. I can't wait to see how the series goes. Again, like you said, they're going to be here tomorrow. They're going to be here next week. They're going to be fighting it out week after week. It's going to be absolutely insane. Bringing you all the action right here. And yeah, it was a really good time. So thank you.
First night of EGL Apex Gold tier done and dusted. Thank you so much for joining us for the stream. Of course, none of this would be possible without esports powered by Evesports, HP, and Omen. Join us tomorrow night, 7:30. It's going to be great. We hope to see you in chat. Good night.